All right, guys. So today we got Target earnings. We got JD.com. I've kind of scaled out of my Target trade a little bit. It wasn't the biggest position, but I don't like holding stuff through these economic releases. And so we scaled out of a little bit of it. I'm still holding some, but not a huge trade anymore. They're set to drop their earnings in about 12 minutes for Target. We could put them up right here. And then we also have JD.com, which just recently released their earnings as well. Let me look at JD. Market bled a little bit yesterday, and so a little bit of weakness coming in the market yesterday. JD.com is out with their numbers here. We'll put those numbers up. I'll let you see. JD.com posted adjusted EPADS of 74 cents, beat the 66-cent estimate. Sales of 39.71 billion, beat the 38.71 billion estimates. All right. What's up, Beach? Remember yesterday I give a penny stocks EBET. Did you really? I don't remember you saying that, but if you did, congrats, bro. Again, I kind of tune out the penny stock, like regardless of how much one goes up. You know, I just kind of tune it out, man. Yeah, you did mention it. I'm checking it out. You said ignore GNS, EBET, due diligence, please, John. Short squeeze ideas that I want repeat, however, well, remind you of the value later. BTIA, high interest short ratio, GNS, WE, EBET, all plays worth looking at. Be careful. Yeah, it's up. It's up 60 cents, man. Good call. Nice work. It's up 60 cents. We're going to do a poll here. Does the market bounce back after its red day yesterday? Yes or no, vote on that poll. Does the market bounce back after its red action yesterday? Let me know. Today we have the FOMC minutes later on this evening. We have we've got building permits, housing starts, data, Target earnings dropping in a couple minutes as well. So we'll see what we get. JD.com released their numbers. You can see those numbers up in chat. I'm watching Target today, mostly Target earnings. They also have JD.com. There's a couple other earnings plays that we have today, specifically Target, ZIM, JD.com, TJ Maxx, 10-cent holdings, a couple other ones, but that's basically it for these. The brunt of earnings season is basically done. So yeah, you'll vote on the poll. Let me know what you guys think. Again, Target's set to drop their numbers today. And so again, with Target, we'll see if it's something that it dipped yesterday on. We'll see if it's something where it dipped yesterday on preparation for earnings today in terms of weakness or strength. Yeah, so yesterday, man, I had one of my best days trading the combine on Top Step, man. So like once I closed down the stream, you know, I told myself, because like a lot of the time my mistake And it's like I got funded a couple weeks ago, and so like it's not like it's super difficult for me to get funded. But one of my mistakes is that I I don't stick around long enough after the opening bell, you know. And so once I finished working yesterday, how many accounts did I bring up here? Let me see. I got thousands of dollars in profit in a bunch of these different accounts. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, and I've got one potentially going to get funded today and another one. Yeah, two of them actually I could potentially get funded in today. So. But yeah, hopefully we'll get funded. We might be able to get funded another couple this week. Every time the big moves happen when you close the stream. Yeah, I mean, I know the ideal time of trading is really 30 minutes after the bell, which is kind of when I close the stream down. But we're more of like a pre-market stream though, you know. So like we day trade and stuff, but we also get a lot of our trading done at pre-market. And also we're mostly covering stock market news. I'm looking up the news from yesterday. I guess the question is there any buys right now? Like, is there any dips? H&R Block, Kava did move up yesterday. Financial stocks were what got hit the most after Fitch warned it may be forced to downgrade the credit ratings of dozens of banks. All right, so yeah, it looks like this month might be a losing month if we can't get it together for the market over the next couple of days. At this point in time on this month, we're down. But I mean, again, every time we have a couple like losing weeks, bears always come out and they're like, aha, see? And it's like, look, here's a weekly chart. You can't really say much on this. This is a very small pullback, and I think it's pretty reasonable to expect a pullback like this, you know, like pullback, bounce, pullback, bounce. Again, I'm not saying that's what we get, but in hindsight, even on a daily chart, we've run up so much since October that it's time to, you know, it's time for a pullback, to be honest. And I don't know if it'll hold. Again, we got less than 3 minutes before target earnings, guys. Less than 3 minutes. Hey, what's up, Pawn? It means at one time. Fireworks. You can trade more than yeah, it just means on any individual trade. And so I think if you get funded in the 50K, your max contracts is 2, which is plenty. If anybody's ever traded 2 contracts at the NASDAQ, that flies against you if it goes against you. That's you know, that thing goes against you quick. And so yeah, so it's not It means that you can't take more than 2 contracts on the 50K combine is what it means. And I think Top Step's back open to traders again, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm showing it is. So again, Top Step, I believe, is finally back open, although I'm not 100% sure. But again, if you want to check it out, here's the link. I'm pretty sure they're back, and you can actually purchase them now. All right, guys, here goes target earnings in about a minute. Let's see what they show up as. Again, I scaled out a lot of my target trade yesterday just because I don't trust it. And again, the plan is to hold the rest long term. And so even if it has good or bad stuff, we're still going to sit in it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Where's Tesla at right now? Tesla at 220s, 230s. Again, I'm in a couple shares of this one, but it's mostly a long-term portfolio. All right, here goes target numbers, guys. Let's see what they show. Again, hit the subscribe button. Let's see what they get. Got the numbers up and ready. Yeah, once you get up some profit in the account, then they let you increase. All right, here goes TGT numbers. They're supposed to drop right now in like 1 second. There you go. They're supposed to be out now. Target up to 126.70s. Or 126.50s for target. Down. Let's see what the numbers showed up as, if I can find it. Let's see. Consolidating target. And they are down big. Let's see. All right, Target just posted $1.80 EPS versus 141 estimate. So higher than expected adjusted EPS. Sales came in at 24.38 versus 25.51. So sales were a little light, but EPS was good. And so mixed results here for Target. Light sales, but better than expected EPS. So much better than expected profitability. Hey, my guy. Thank you, Bulldog. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much, man. We'll put the target numbers up in chat. I saw your rap video yesterday, Bulldog, man. And so I like it, bro. You're doing different things, man. It's a good idea, dude. Target just broke highs, though. It's up to 126.80s. It's a very weird price action in pre-market for Target, but hey, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you so much, Bulldog, my guy. Thank you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think Target's just cheap right now relative to like the PE ratio, all that different stuff shows like cheap, like shows that Target's kind of cheap right now. Yeah, and so this is really nice. Target up to 129s. Target up to 130s. Wow. Target up to 131s. Wow. Glad I'm still holding some of this. But again, I'm going to plan to hold this long term. 132s. Wow, dude. All right. Well, you love to freaking see it. 133s for Target, man. On Target today, guys, I am up $700 on Target today. Hey, you love to see it. You love to see it. My average price is 129.80s. It's up to 133s. Again, I am up $700 today on Target right now. It's still a small position for me, if I'm being honest, in terms of some of the other ones I've got. But hey, you love to see it. We'll let that keep working. We'll let that keep growing. And hey, you love to see it. Take a little piece off. Yeah, Disney, Target, I would say they're both undervalued. Again, it's political. Like, people underestimate what they do because of political stuff. But if you ever go to a Target, they're busy usually, man. Doesn't matter what's going on. Like there's usually a lot of people in Target, and there's usually like a lot of stuff going on there. And so it really is something in which like people underestimate Target because of political reasons. And again, I'm not really super political, so I don't really pick sides there, especially on the internet. Target just broke highs again up to 133s. And so yeah, I don't really pick sides, but I think one of my common trades that I get into regularly, like one of the trades that I very often make, are trades in which there's a stock that's really beaten down short term, like just really beaten down. I'm up about 800 on Target right now, by the way, guys. But there's a stock that's just really beaten down that people underestimate for whatever reason. And I usually buy it up. Disney's usually my go-to with this. Every time Disney dips down to like 85, 90 bucks, I usually buy it up and ride it up to the mid 90s or more than that. But yeah, you love to see it. And so I look for low PE ratios in companies that typically are beaten down, and I try to buy those up. But again, Target's a long-term hold for me here, though, man. It really is a long-term trade. Regardless of whether it goes up or down, I'm gonna sit for now. Up about 900 on the day, though. So did the same with Snap and Amazon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about me, but I did do the same with Snap and Amazon. Those were two trades that I've done that very often on. And again, my big thing is like, you're going to have these little pockets of opportunity in companies in which are just underestimated for, an array of different reasons. And, your job as traders is to identify where there might be some objective value, Like if you look at Target long-term here, Target has just gotten beaten down, man. They've gotten beaten down over the last few years, or over the last couple months, dude. They are down from 175, 180s down to 125 at the lows yesterday, 124s. And so when a company's beaten down that much short-term, So Cybertrucks are seen rolling out of factory production lines recently. Tesla didn't really spike, though. Tesla's still down. No, well, that's nice to be green in this one. But again, I'm going to let it work, guys. I'm going to sit in this. Like the way I look at it, like even if Target dips down $40 a share, right? I'm only going to be down like $4,000, which I mean, to some people, they may be like, oh no, but like I could deal with a $4,000 loss with as like a worst case scenario in Target. And I think the best case scenario long term is much, much more than that. And so in that regard, I'm just going to sit in it, guys. Like I'll probably just sit in this. And I think that's understandable, I think, All right, now we're up about a grand. Oh, I got my new phone, bro. Look at this. I still got the protective screen on it because I don't want to break it. Look, it's a cream-covered Z Fold 4. It's really nice. Really nice. This thing is just cool, bro. I can put up two different screens at once. Like if I want to put up like a screen here, and then if I want to drag Discord up too. Like look at that. Like here's Discord and another web page. I can put them up at the same time. Just really nice. All right, hey, Target just broke highs again at 136. Yeah, check this out. Check this out, Bulldog. Look at this, man. So look, it opens up, but I can also use it as just a regular phone like this. Like, look, here it is right here. And so I can use it like this if I want, and just hello. And then if I want like an iPad, if I want to turn it into an iPad, I just open it up, and boom, I can trade stocks on it. I can do all this different stuff. It's the Z Fold 4 from Samsung. So Pretty dope phone. Honestly, I fell in love with the regular Z Fold, to be honest. So I fell in love with the regular Z Fold, and I had the Z Fold 1 for 3 years, and it was surprisingly durable. Hey man, target breaking highs again. Wow. But yeah, it was surprisingly durable. And so it finally broke a couple days ago, or like a month or two ago, and I realized I had insurance on it. I forgot I had insurance on it, and so I just they've sent me a brand new one. All right, we're up about 1,100 on target right now. 1050 or so. Up to 137 for target, man. Yeah. Honestly, they were pretty good, bro. Like, by the time I filed the claim, they got me. And this phone was on back order. Within a week, they sent me a replacement phone overnight. Man. Up to almost 137s. There we go. We're up about $1,200 on target today, guys. We get a little bit under 1,200. Now we're up 1,200. Dope. Patience came through there, and we let that work for us. All right. All right, now we're up about 1,300. Wow. I've been in target off and on for the last couple months, Helena. If I'm being honest, though, I took a little bit of it off yesterday in anticipation of earnings. So I was holding a little bit more than that. And I took it off in anticipation because I was worried. I don't risk measures, but I still am holding about 100 shares. And this is a huge rip up. Love to see it. Wow, dude. This might be the most money I've ever made on a stock trade. I am up $1,400 right now on the day. Target almost up to 140. Hey, thanks, Bulldog. But yeah, yesterday we had some great trades. Again, we're gonna try to get funded a couple times, maybe today. We're either we're at least gonna be funded today or tomorrow in another account. So we already got funded in one. This is our second funded account. We're working on that. Again, so we are attempting to get funded on a couple different accounts. The first one is right here. And so let's try to get funded on our other account today, guys. We'll see if we get it. Watching the NASDAQ, but man, the NASDAQ is just volatile, man. Look at the NASDAQ here. Here's the NQ right now. Part of me wants to short this too. But I also understand like there's risk. I'll take one contract short here. And again, the job right now is just to keep one contract and build up a cushion. All right, so we're in this trade. We're down 35 bucks. I don't think I'm going to add any more to this. We're going to keep it tight. And again, the point is to take one contract, build up a cushion if we get favorable movement. Although, all right, I'm going to go ahead and try adding one more to it. We've got so many green accounts. Again, the thing that I got to understand is that my real edge is after the open. Because that's yesterday after the opening bell and that volatility, it was so much easier to make money. All right, we're going to cut it. So we took a little quick risk and then we got out. We're down like 100 bucks. But yeah, it was so much easier to make money after the opening bell yesterday. And that's honestly what I got to stick with. Yeah, target, beautiful movement here. Target had great guidance. They had much better guidance. They expected prior guidance was I don't know, actually. Target guidance doesn't look that good, dude. Target guidance is now $8 for full year adjusted EPS versus the prior one of $8.75. So that guidance is down. I know we got a really nice average. Our average is 129s. And so we are at 137s, 136s. And so again, we're probably just going to sit on this. I think there's a lot of room on the upside for this. Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, it's been a fun day, Chris. We're up over $1,000 in Target today, man. Again, I showed the trades earlier. Right now, we're up about 1,000 on the day. Intel backing away from a tri-ring, that big chip maker. No, I didn't hear that. All right, E-mini very flat, very chop. Let me pull up Discord. Also, when is my the NASDAQ did dip down, man. I should have stayed in that thing, dude. Hey, so when do they pay out that divvy, Pawn? Do you know? When they're supposed to pay out that dividend? For Target? Yeah, so I got this new phone. I'm just scared to freaking break it right now. But Target earnings are just what I wanted to see when I got up this morning. Ooh. Oh, damn. Okay, my packages are in here. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get my phone case. I just got my new phone case. I'll be right back. But yeah, Target up big. Bro, hold on. No, I got the fold. The fold's fun, bro. The fold's more fun, I think. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go grab my phone case. But Target, guys, mixed results for Target. Again, I'm gonna put these numbers up on screen. They also posted guidance. All right, so again, I'm gonna put the Target numbers up on screen so you can kind of see the full data here. Again, their guidance was lower than expected. At first, I thought they posted better than expected guidance, but their guidance was lower. Doesn't matter though. Target's still popping. I'll take it. You know, again, I'm up about 1,000 in this right now, a little bit over $1,000 on this trade today. Might be one of my largest stock trades ever, to be honest here. But yeah, Target back up to 136 is over $1,000 gains on the day. Again, my average is 129.82 right now for Target. 129.82. And so I'll be right back, guys. Hold on one second. All right, we are back. Sorry, guys. I wanted to grab this so we could actually have it. Bro, I don't know how. Bro, I don't know how they got this thing in my house, though, man. Ooh, Target moving back up. I don't know how they got this thing in my house. All right, so here is fashion case. This is supposed to be a cool case for my phone, man. We're supposed to have like a card holder, all that stuff, dude. Fashion case. No, the reason I'm asking, we have a gate in front of my house, like a gate that we close at night, so nobody can come in like and knock on our door or anything. The gate's closed, so you can't get into my house at night. And so I'm wondering, just kind of, what the heck is going on here, dude? What? I'm wondering how this package got in, is what I'm asking. Oh, there it is. All right. Boom. All right, so the first part works great. Nice. We got that. All right, target's still moving up. Hey, you love to see it. See, before I do this though, I got that screen protector stuff too. All right, we're up about $1,100 on target right now. About 1,100. We also got this screen protector stuff too. Over 1,100 in target. All right, so I don't even know how to use this, but all right, so we got all these different things. I know what this is for. Here, we're going to put this tape on afterwards. I'm just going to put the case on now to protect it. But yeah, target's still moving up. It's at 136.50s right now, 136.50s. 136.50s for target. We'll see if it holds. We got about... The market is pretty flat, though. If we look at the actual SPY here, look at the SPY. So the SPY is neutral in the day. It's not really down a lot. It's not really up a lot, I mean. It's down a little bit. Could be worse, though. And we're just giving things time here. Again, Tesla consolidating. Tesla down on the day. Tesla had a rough day yesterday, and now it's also down on the day today. So Tesla closed yesterday at about 132s, and it's currently at 229s right now. 229s for Tesla. So not looking great for them, in all honesty. Not looking the best for Tesla right now, in all honesty. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh. Sorry, I'm playing with my new phone, guys. I just got a new phone. So, of course, we're going to play with it. But, yeah, guys. So, again, target up to 136. We're going to watch the market here. Market's pretty neutral and flat. Sounds like he's holding a $15,000 to $20,000 position on target. Yeah, that's probably about right. But it's not like I'm risking 15 to 20,000. So again, like as an example here, we are holding about 95 shares of target. Target currently is about 136. So yeah, this position's about 13,000. You know. And yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the trade. Again, it's all depending on, it's all relative to like what I'm risking, and I'm certainly not risking this whole amount, you know. And so, yeah. And again, I would have made more. I took some out yesterday prior to earnings because I didn't want to. Yeah, but I mean, the people saying Burry. Again, here's the thing to understand: the people saying Burry made a lot of money don't understand what went on. So again, the filing date of Burry's trades was June 30th. All right. And he bought huge put option positions with like a million, I think, or 2 million put options each is what he spent. And so and the date of the trade was June 30th, guys. If you look at how much the SPY and the Q are both up relative to where they were in June 30th, the SPY was at like $415. June 30th. You know, so like what you have to ask is whether Burry actually made money or not. You know, because again, the date of that trade was June 30th. And if that's the case, again, the SPY was at 415 June 30th. The SPY is currently at 440s. And so Burry might have lost a bunch of money on that trade. And again, everybody's acting like Burry made all this money because they found out about the trade yesterday. And I was too. But again, I think he probably lost money on the trade if, in fact, the day of the trade was June 30th, like a lot of people expect. Again, target up to 137 right now, 137. I think John has it. Those are F13 papers. Yeah, I mean, again, I think people want to. I think Burry has fans, and those fans want him to be right. And I understand that, but I think the filing date was June 30th. If that was the date, then he's probably down a lot, depending on where he cut the trade. If he's still holding it, he's down, you know, heavily. But again, I don't know. Again, we're all just kind of looking at the data, but. I mean, it wasn't the date of that filing June 30th, though. All right, so again, target up to 137s here. We'll take a little piece of this off. Yeah, exactly. It's assuming there were straight options or straight puts, but yeah, I don't know. All right, we're going to go in and lock in some here. Yeah, look at all the sales coming through for target. People taking profit like me. All right, so we're going to get out a piece of this. We just got out about 25 shares. We'll probably cut another 10 and then let the rest ride. Get out of there. All right, we got another little piece. Probably hold 50. There we go. All right, so we got 50 shares left. Yeah, here's my P&L so far on the day. Right now on the day, guys, we are up about 900 or so on the day, about $900. Again, we're going to let the rest work on target. I think we can give it time and let the rest move. Yeah, again, I think a lot of people are confirming the date was June 30th that he got in that position. And I know that goes against a lot of people's narratives in terms of yeah, okay, so here's from Business Insider. Burry disclosed puts of 200,000 shares of the Q put option. The combined notional value of the two positions was 1.6 billion as of June 30th. And so, yeah, he got in that trade on June 30th, or he was holding that position on June 30th again. And if that was the case, and this is according to Business Insider. And so, again, if he's still holding those positions, he's down big. It wasn't a recent bet, even though that might have moved the market a little bit. Again, that position was June 30th. So, yeah, so data that is available to the public is listed as of June 30th. So again, that's when it was on record. It was June 30th. And again, regardless of whether he was holding that position before that or not, if he entered that position anywhere around June 30th or previously to it, which is what it seems like to me, he is down huge on that position. Yeah, that's not what he paid. It's the notional value. Somebody corrected me yesterday. And yeah, so that's not what he paid. But yeah. because again, if we look at the SPY, and I know like a lot of bears have the narrative of like, oh, Burry's betting against the market now, but that's not really what's going down. Again, that position was June 30th, and so that was a position from a while ago. And again, if you look at where the market was on June 30th, just to put it into perspective, right? So here's June 30th, right here. Market was about right. Let me see the actual date of June 30th. June 30th was right here. So yeah, if he's on that position still, he got in at about 430s. So again, if he entered that position here, the market's still up a lot relative to that position. So he's still down a lot if that's, again, if that's when he entered it. But yeah. Yeah, he might be right again in a couple months. I'm just saying, if the date of record is June 30th, and that's when he entered the queue in the SPY, he's down a lot right now. And again, maybe it turns, maybe it comes back, but in order for him to be correct about this, he's going to have this drop all the way down below this level. So we're basically going to have to do 2x the red action that we got over the last couple weeks versus just what we've seen recently. So yeah, I mean, I already cut a lot of the trade. I already took a bunch of the profit off. I'm still holding 50 shares of Target or so, but it's very small. And again, I'm up about 900 on the day. So good trade. Again, I'm going to let the rest work though. I'm going to let the rest sit. I think it only makes sense. Yeah, he's always pretty bearish though. What did I miss? Should I sell Target? I don't know, Raphael, man. Again, I've already taken my profit. I don't know what you should do. Not an investment professional, not liable if you lose. Target's up a lot. All right, but yeah, so again, here's the SPY's trend right now. And again, here's a daily chart. And so I think, I don't think we should sensationalize this market yet. I mean, here's the market this year. You know, like, I don't think this pullback is enough to justify like a market crash or huge, you know, bear prediction, in my opinion. I don't think that's enough to justify it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, Walmart, I think Walmart released their numbers already. So Walmart posted their numbers August 17th. So, oh, no. Okay, so yeah, Walmart posted their numbers tomorrow on Thursday, which would be relevant. It'll be interesting to see what we get. Yeah, the Target guidance, I was at first with how much Target was ripping up. And again, I made money on Target, so of course I'm happy it ripped up. But with how much it was ripping up, I thought their guidance would be good. But when you look at Target's numbers, their guidance was pretty low, actually. Like, they came in lower than expected for full fiscal year EPS guidance. It wasn't like a high guidance reading. And so I was confused. But hey, I'm not mad. I mean, again, I'm in Target, so I'm definitely happy it's pushing up. Again, you can kind of see the position now. I'm up about 900. You know, we got 50 shares left. But yeah. All right, guys. So again, Tesla looking weak, though. Tesla is falling down a little bit now. Target back over VWAP here. Again, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to take any more off of it right now. I think we're just going to let the rest ride. I still have 50 shares, so I'll still get the divvy on those. Again, when does the divvy pay out though, Raphael? Again, when does the divvy pay out? It depends on when the divvy comes out. All right, target rising back up. Tenth of September. Oh, well, I still got a ways. Yeah, I'll probably hold it through then. I don't know though. Again, I don't really know for sure. AMC. What's AMC doing? AMC up to 377s. And again, we added some to this position yesterday or the day before. So again, now we have 90 shares of AMC. We're pretty much flat where we were down like 30 or 40 bucks. And so we added a little bit to it yesterday. Our average is 390 because prior to the adding to it, our average was like $6. So we averaged in a little bit. So I'll take it. All right, guys. And again, let me know what you guys expect from the market today. All right, so again, we're watching Tesla here too. Is there an argument in a dim buy on Tesla? I don't know. There might be. I don't know if I'm going to add any more to it. But is there an argument for it? My average really isn't that bad on Tesla, though. My average is 236s, and we're at 227s. But it's a small position, like under 30 shares. So, like, it doesn't really matter too much. But, like, I'm curious. I think I'm going to hold Tesla as, like, a diversified long-term trade. I'm also in, like, Apple. So I did buy Apple. And I am holding some of Apple here. Again, do you guys think the market's going to bounce back a little bit? Elon keeps talking about the fight. Yeah. Dosh trader, man. I mean, I'm on TD Ameritrade. I can trade Jeff. I've been trading on TD all morning. So I can trade DOS, man. That's sure trader and like all the other ones. It's been so long since I've used DOS. I actually love DOS player or DOS trading platform. I really do. DOS is one of my favorite old school platforms. I haven't used it in years though. Yeah, I've never used DOS through TD though. I use TD. Yeah, interest rates I know have been struggling. Yeah, I have a couple different accounts, Cal. Yeah, I got a couple different accounts that I use regularly. Right, yeah, for sure. Yeah, TOS is great. But again, the market finally dipping down a little bit now. AMC up there. So again, the SPY down to 442.50s or so. Still pretty neutral in pre-market. I mean, we broke down a little bit, but it's not the worst movement. Yeah, well, it depends, RJ. So, like, I'm still in toss, but I think I've talked to them and they said that that switch isn't going to happen until like next year. T2 Biosystems. What other earnings do we have today? Walmart earnings to tomorrow. Today we have the FOMC minutes report. We have building permits and housing start data. We also should have had, let me see, we also should have had mortgage rates come out today. Let me see. And again, mortgage rates have been struggling. It's one of the reasons, like, it's one of the reasons that you get a lot of like mortgage and real estate people like really struggling and emotional because again, commercials struggling, mortgage rates are high, and it's really hard to like do mortgages and real estate when the interest rates are like 8%. It's really hard to do it. And so a lot of their businesses are really struggling. And I think that's kind of like some of them lash out in other ways. And I've seen that a couple different times with a couple different people who, again, just kind of act desperate and get weird and like, you know, and so I think mortgage people are struggling. And I think sometimes when people are struggling, they kind of lash out at other people. But I thought mortgage rates dropped today. Maybe they didn't. Maybe that was yesterday. Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh yeah, mortgage rates did drop. So they came in at higher again for the second week in a row. They came, maybe third week in a row. They came in at 7.16% for 30-year. Last time was 7.09%. So they're increasing in mortgages as well. Interesting. Again, Tesla down to 227.40s. Yeah, I mean, Raphael, again, I wouldn't really call some of them my friends, man. Friends are people who are genuinely happy if I do well, and some of them are friends. Some of them aren't, some of them, again, one thing that really struck with me, something said by Alex Hermosi, and I've really been living like that for the last couple months, is if your friends aren't celebrating your wins, they're not your friends, you know? And so if you make your friends insecure and your friends get weird with you and get mad at you because they're struggling, they're not your friends, We'll see what Target does. Again, my plan is to hold Target long term, but I do see the guidance come down. I'm in Target. I want it to go up. I was genuinely surprised it pushed this up this much on mixed results and worse guidance numbers. Yeah, it's absolutely true, man. I don't know how many people that I've met that all of a sudden want to be my best friend. And again, really, they want something from me. So like they want me to help them grow in some way, or they want, you know what I mean? Like genuinely, usually they want something. And then if I do well and they struggle, they get weird. I've seen it happen a lot, man. And so I think after a certain point, you gotta kind of guard yourself. Friends like you to do well, but not better than them. Yeah, for sure. It's taken me 30 years to figure out that was true. Yeah, man. I mean, again, I have a couple close friends, and I don't need more friends. Carol and I have been married for 10 plus years. We've been together for 14 years. And so, when you're married and you got kids, and I have friends, like my best friend lives in Louisiana, and so I'll play Xbox with him. And like he's always genuinely been happy. He's a friend where I want him to work with me on this channel. Like I pressured him to work with me so much on this channel, but like he's actually a good friend, and so he could probably make money with me if he worked with me. More money than he's making now for sure. But he always just says, "Hey man, no, like I don't want to do it." He said that you should never mix friendship in business, and that can hurt friendships. And so he's always just turned that down. And I can respect that even more about him, because him opposed to kind of a lot of other people is just, very different. Target's starting to, or Tesla's starting to move back up a little bit. It's at 227.60s. Yeah, as you get older, you gotta just you gotta protect yourself. Again, a lot of people aren't genuinely happy for you. Like, I met another guy that was trying to do social media, and I would show him these shorts, like, that I was doing on whatever, and like I'd like, yeah, the short got a bunch of views, and he would get mad. He would get genuinely upset. Because he wanted to do shorts and he wanted to do well. And so it's just kind of like, some of them just are not happy, maybe I'm watching Yellowstone too much, But no, so Tesla bounced up a little bit. It's at 227.50s. Target at 135.50s. Right, exactly, Joe. You're a gangster, they crave leadership. Yeah. I don't want to be anybody's leader though, bro. Business will mess up. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Like, over the last couple years, I've had all these people that just want to be my best bud. They just want to be my best friend. And sometimes they rush it, and their intentions are very self-evident, to where it's like, either they're doing some form of like personality mirroring with me, and they're acting like they're just exactly like me, and it's some form of personality mirroring, like, oh, you like that, I like that too, oh, I do that stuff, you do that stuff too, wow, and so they're either trying to like mirror my personality, and they think that I'm just gonna be like, oh wow, or they just want me to help them, grow or whatever it is, and I don't know. At a certain point, I just stop answering the phone. I really do. Like, I avoid the phone like the plague, bro. I don't like answering the phone. If you call me, anybody here, you call my phone, I'm probably not answering. You text me, I'll probably get back to you. But I'm much more of like a texter anyway, Again, so I guess the real question is, where did Michael Burry enter the short position? Yeah, copycat behavior is creepy. Yeah, I mean, again, I've had a couple people do it where they're just like, I meet them, and within like a couple weeks, they're like, oh, love you, bro, when they're leaving my house. It's like, dude, I don't even know you, man. Like, I've known you for a week and a half, bro. You're gonna tell me you love me, bro? Get the F out of here, dude. That's true story, honestly. It's weird. Again, Target's still sitting at 135.30s. Yeah, I'm not much of I hate answering the phone. I'm more of a texter. Yeah, for sure, sir. He did enter 2 to 3 weeks ago when everyone knew this market is a bubble. I don't think so, Bao. I think he entered June 30th. The date of record for the trades is June 30th. And if that's true, which I think it is, again, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure June 30th is the date of record. Again, if that's true, then he's down. If he entered at June 30th, if he entered at or prior to June 30th, which is, I'm pretty sure, the day of record for Michael Burry entering those big put option trades. Again, if that's the case, he's going to be down. Again, I'm not saying it's for sure. I really don't know 100%. I've had a lot of different sites confirm June 30th is the date of record for those put option positions. And again, if that's the case, he might be disclosing it now. The thing you have to understand with people like Michael Burry, who are so influential, is that he might be disclosing it now as a way to try to help the trade. Because, again, he bought it, he was losing. And so now what does he do? He gets really vocal out there and says, oh, I took these positions, understanding the consequence of that, which is the market's going to fall a little bit in fear of that. And so I think that might be what's going on, is that he took the positions in June, and then he's down on those positions. And then in order to help the sentiment for those trades, he announces that he took them knowing the outcome of that. Best of friends, Cal. That's right, man. Yeah, the filing date is the date he can trade and beyond. That's not a guarantee you traded that day. Yeah, maybe. Again, I don't know. I really don't know there. All right, so I would short the market here. I'm kind of tempted to short a little bit more, but the market is down so much. I guess I will. Hold on, let me see. Part of me wants to short this. I'm going to take one contract short of the regular E-mini. The regular E-mini here. So we're in one contract of the regular E-mini short. We're bouncing back up to this resistance level. I'm not going to trade the NASDAQ. Again, the goal is to build up a cushion. If I can build up a cushion, great. If not, filing date is not the date he executed the trade. Well, if it was prior to that date, he's still down. You know, he might be down even more if it was prior to that. All right, so again, we're in the short trade on the S&P in futures. We're shorting the S&P 500. And again, I really am surprised Target moved up as much as it has. Yeah, check the SPY daily. Yeah, I see the daily chart. The SPY on the daily chart looks fine. You know, again, that's why everybody acting like this is the end of the world. It's just kind of like, look, man, this is the year. This little pullback, you know, whatever. Like I say, if we pull back, like I would give the level of pullback $400. We start to crack under $400. That's really bad. That's not good. We start to crack 400. That's not good. Yeah, but why would he file it on June 30th and then execute it months later? That doesn't make sense. And so again, I'm given the level at which I'm going to start to worry about, again, about 400. We start to crack under 400. I think that's bad. I have pretty good fills and executions on Quant Tower, Alyssa. I can't guarantee you will, of course, but I get pretty decent fills. Hopefully we get some good action. Again, the FOMC minutes report is this afternoon. And so be ready for the FOMC minutes. That's a big report, very relevant report. I mean, there's lag with every platform I've ever used, you know, occasionally, but it's not bad for me. And yeah, I use market orders most of the time. All right, so the SPY bouncing back up here. We got out of our short position there. We'll give it time. Again, we're also in Target, but again, I guess I'm going to try to let Target hold for another month and take advantage of the divvy that they pay out pretty soon. Tesla bouncing up a little bit. It's almost up to 228. It hit lows of the pre-market session of 227.02. All right, SPY back over the previous closing price. So the SPY is technically green on the day. Yeah, I don't know about lag or failed or whatever. Again, target up to 136. Again, maybe y'all are right about Burry. I don't know. Is Disney a buy now? I'm never going to say yes or no in terms of whether Disney's a buy or sell. You know, I'm never going to say yes or no. Like Disney is a buy right now. All right, SPY up to 443s here, guys. SPY up to 443s. Disney's cheap, but again, I don't know whether you should buy it or not. I really don't. I think it's arguable. I might buy a little bit here, but again, I don't know whether you should or not. I really don't know. I know usually I look for dips or pullbacks with stuff like this. You could always just take profit and buy it back before the day of recognition. Yeah, but so that day is, I thought the day of record is August 15th, if I'm remembering correctly, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The 15th of which month? I thought it was August, if I remember correctly, but maybe I'm wrong. Again, y'all do me a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already, guys. Let's bump that like amount up to over 100 if we haven't already, guys. We definitely appreciate it. All right, NASDAQ still looking pretty weak if you zoom out here. So like here's a NASDAQ chart zoomed out. You can kind of see the NASDAQ, which is just the Q, is starting to pull back a little bit over the morning session here. You can kind of see so far this morning on the NASDAQ, we've had a trend that kind of looks like this. And so far, maybe we're going to have like a trend, like maybe you could argue this is a trend. I think that might be an arguable trend. And if that's the case, we're right around the top of that trend line. And so the question is, do we reject or hold at that trend line? I don't know. But I think you could argue that that's a trend. You know, if we put it up in a little bit better terms here, like if I put the trend up on the NASDAQ, which is again the Q, I could probably draw it out like this. Yeah, so check that trend out. That looks like a trend here. I can draw it on the Q if it's better. Yeah, so I could see it on the Q as well. There might be a SPY trend too, but here's the trend if you guys want to see what I mean. Like this is the trend I'm talking about. Right around top of the VWAP range too. That's the trend. Again, we'll see if it holds that trend. If it is, we're right at the top of the trend line. We're also right around the previous closing price on the Q, which is important to watch. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do. Again, the SPY popped all the way back over the previous closing price. So the SPY is actually technically green right now on the day. So again, the SPY is technically green right now on the day. Again, guys, bump that like button if you haven't already. Again, we got about 70 likes. We need, I'd love over 100 if we can. So again, bump that like button. So yeah, Target pays the dividend September 10th, 2023. Yeah, so again, the ex-dividend date is for Target. I believe is August 15th, and if that's the case, that was yesterday. And so yeah, if that's the case, it was yesterday. It was a Bernardo. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be political, Chris. You know that. Question is, does Disney bounce back? All right, so yeah, so again with Target, we were in luckily before the ex-divvy date. All right, so again, we're right at the top of that trend line here, guys. Again, here's the Q. It's right at the top of that trend we drew. Again, I'm not saying this trend holds. I don't really know, but like it doesn't look bad. See if we can extend it a little bit. So like that's the trend right now. Again, I'm not saying it holds, but it doesn't look bad. We'll see if it does or not. Again, I'm going to remove the previous closing price just for now, just so you can see like the full trend I'm talking about right here on the Q, on the NASDAQ is what this is. And yeah, we'll see if it holds. Tesla will bounce a little bit, but daily support at 207 and gap to fill around 150. I don't know. It's pretty weak sounding. Maybe. I don't know. All right, so again, Target's earnings call is at 8 a.m. in about 23 minutes. All right, so Target pays a dividend about $1.10 a share. That's something to consider as well. All right, Tesla bounced up to almost 228. The Q right at the top of that trend line here. The question is, will Tesla bounce? I have no idea if it does or not. Maybe, you know. We do have FOMC minutes report today, guys. So we do have FOMC minutes. JD out. JD reported numbers too. We also have housing starts and building permit data today, guys. I forgot about that. So again, housing starts building permits drop at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Can you explain EPS? EPS is earnings per share. It's profitability. It's margins, what the company's margins are. That relative to like revenue or whatever is like revenue or sales is the ceiling in which, you know, profitability happens. But EPS is profitability. It's how much a company is making per share. But what it ultimately is profitability margins. Yeah, but if it drops 2 to 3% before September 10th, then I'm still going to be pretty green, even with a $2 or $3 drop in target or whatever the percentage would be. You know, our average price in target is 129. So even if we drop that much, we're still going to be pretty flat or green, and then we get paid the dividend, so we'll still be even more green. So. And I think when you look at target, it's down a lot short term. And so I think the momentum is probably on the upside. Do you have a trading plan for when those numbers are released? I'll probably just react. I don't like to take positions ahead of these numbers. And so I'll probably just react to it. I don't like taking huge positions leading up to numbers. These numbers aren't the biggest. The FOMC minutes report's bigger than all this stuff. But again, even with that, we don't know what the numbers are going to show. So apparently the White House press secretary accidentally tweeted out a post that was meant to be posted by Biden, which I guess the significance of that is she was writing Biden's posts, which I think we all already kind of knew already. I mean, everybody understands, I think. M1 Finance is stating that AMC is liquidation only and only can be sold. No new purchases can be made. Really? I don't know. TOS let me buy some shares of AMC yesterday or the day before. So there's a guy that has 7,000 Bitcoin in a password protected hard drive, and he lost the password to it. He has 2 tries left before the hard drive encrypts itself, and the Bitcoin is lost forever. So, wow. To put that into perspective, 7,000 Bitcoin is about $210 million, or give or take 210 mil. So, almost $250 million in that hard drive, bro. There's got to be another way to do it. That's the only problem is, like, if you lose your password, you're SOL. I don't know if that's a good move for it, you know. Yeah, again, I'm not even saying super critical. I think most of the time presidents on both sides have their stuff in speeches written for them. It's not a shock, you know. Maybe we broke the trend. It also could just be a larger trend. Like Again, I don't think this is a trend break yet. I think you got to give it a little bit more time, because I think like I can expand the trend a little bit and it still fits. And so I would say the point at which this trend breaks is when you can't expand it and it still fits, right? So like if it pops up here, and then that means the trend broke or whatever. But it depends. We got to push up a little bit more on the NASDAQ to confirm that trend break, I think, in my opinion, at least. All right, so we're looking at Market Watch to see any recent news today. Password 1234. Triple M pays a $1.50 div. Ex dividend date is the 18th. It's a long-term hold for me. Just got another 50. Hey, nice, man. Yeah, so we're just kind of sitting tight. Again, the morning is a little bit slower. We got building permits, housing starts. Again, not the biggest data release, if I'm being honest here this morning. But later on today, we got the FOMC minutes report, which is a big release, big report. All right, so I think we still could argue that we're in the same trend on the NASDAQ currently, which is a downward trend. Let's see. All right, so again, we're consolidating back and forth here. Hey. All right, guys. Does the market end red or green today, guys? Let me know. All right. Where's my card? Oh, wow. All right, so again, the market's still confirming that trend, I think, to a certain extent, honestly, here. So, like, look at this. So I think the market's still kind of confirming that trend. We did reject right at the volume weighted average price, right at the top of that would-be trend line here. And so it's still downward trend, I think, in all honesty. That's what I see. It's still downward trend, downward facing trend. Yeah, so right now it looks like a short. But again, we're just kind of sitting tight. I'm not really taking any trades. We got into a couple little trades this morning, but Again, yesterday in multiple different accounts, like total, we made thousands yesterday on our Top Step combines after the opening bell. And so what I'm realizing is that I'm much better at trading after the open. I mean, it was pretty easy to kind of just hit the short button yesterday and profit on the downside. But with that said, my better trades come after the opening bell. And then we also have building permits and housing start data that drop in about 40 minutes or so. It's not quite 8 a.m. yet. The data drops at 8:30. So we still got a little bit of time. And then we also have the FOMC minutes report coming out later on today, too. Dollar index nearing the top of the channel. Yeah, well, the Dixie typically has an inverse correlation with markets, right? So if the dollar index, if the market is going down like it has been, the dollar index has probably been going up, but it does vary. One of the things you don't want to see is like a lot of the time, the dollar index and the market itself is sensationalized. So like, for instance, a lot of the time, no matter what the dollar is doing, people that are influenced by like politic bias and like all that stuff are just kind of freaking out. But like, no matter what, you're typically okay. Like with the Dixie, over the last few years when the Dixie was ripping up big in like 2021 and 2022, as the market was falling, what did people say? They said, oh no, the dollar index is moving up too much. The dollar index is moving up too much. It's the end of the world. The sky's falling. Inflation is so bad. The Dixie's moving up too much. Oh no, is what they said, right? And then when the market started to rebound and the Dixie started to fall, again, then what do they say? They say, oh no, guys, the dollar index is crashing. The dollar's crashing. What do we do? It's the end of the world. The sky is falling. And so no matter what, don't sensationalize the dollar index. Typically, the Dixie has an inverse correlation with the market. So if the market moves down, the dollar index is probably going to be going up. Not always. It's never 100%. If the dollar index is moving down, the market's probably moving up. And so that's the thing to understand about the Dixie. There's an inverse correlation with the market. There's a positive correlation with like inflation, and there's an inverse correlation with the market in general. Because the market's an inflationary hedge, if that makes sense. Nice little inverted head and shoulders on the SPY. Inverted head and shoulders are nice. Bear trends can work. I'll bet against the market, but not long term, if that makes sense, right? So I'll bet against the market, but just not long term. That negative correlation is also known as negative beta. Yeah, I mean, you can call it whatever y'all want. Beta is too optiony, you know? Yeah, I see it. Again, you're talking about this as the head and shoulders. Let me see if I can draw it. Here's the head. Here's the shoulder. Here's this shoulder. That's probably the head and shoulders I'm assuming you're talking about, right? Again, I'm guessing that's what you're mentioning. But again, who knows? Enjoyed being Michael's liquidity yesterday. Yeah, but again, the question is, when did Michael Burry enter that trade? Again, June 30th is what a lot of people are saying. And if June 30th is the date, then he's down if that's when he entered. If that's just the day he filed it, maybe. Catch chat. Again, Tesla at 228, 228. Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you, man. Again, we're still in the trend, guys. Look at the trend line we drew here. Let me extend this line to the left or to the right. So again, you got to see the trend. We're still in it. I don't know what we're going to do. Let me fix this one. This one looks a little bit crooked. There we go. Looks a little crooked. Tesla's starting to bounce back up here. It's almost the 228s. So there's a SPY on the left. Again, here's Tesla. It is starting to bounce up a little bit. It's almost up to 228s. It's at 227.90s right now. But again, still pretty small. If I'm watching Tesla, I'm looking at this little range right here to see if we break this range right there, because that's the range we've been sitting in for a minute, back and forth, kind of up and down right here. So that's the range I'm watching for it. The FOMC minutes is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, Ray. So again, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Investors going to jump on Tesla's deal. What Tesla deal? All right, so Fitch Ratings has lowered its medium-term GDP projections over the next 5 years for the 10 developed economies. At what point do you have to wonder if Fitch is also betting against the market in some way? Because they've been the only rating agency that's really come out there and been like, you know, I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying that it's always something that you got to consider, because a lot of the time these rating agencies have their own agendas. Like if you ever see the 2008 Big Short movie, if you've ever seen the Big Short, you understand that the ratings agencies do have their own agendas a lot of the time. And sometimes that agenda is good and supporting, and sometimes it's not. So we'll see. But Fitch coming out with that earlier. TJ Maxx also reported their earnings. If you look at TJ Maxx, they posted EPS of 86 cents, beat the 77-cent estimates. Revenue of $12.8 billion. They expected $12.45 billion estimates. Comp store sales growth was 6%. They expected 3.1% growth, and they raised their fiscal year 24 outlook for overall comp store sales. And here's the TJ Maxx numbers right there if you want to see it. So TJ Maxx did pretty good. TJ Maxx gapping up from about 85, 86 bucks to about 88, 89 bucks. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not saying they are, but I think it's possible. And I think you have to consider all the different angles here with these rating agencies. Again, specifically with Fitch, because they have come out very bearish. And they're kind of the only one. Other ones are somewhat bearish, but Fitch seems like, you know, they're influencing the market as well. Do you think the market rips when the Fed eventually starts lowering rates? I'm not sure. I think historically sometimes you get the opposite, but again, I'm really not sure. You know, it's such a nuanced thing where emotions and everything get behind certain reactions and by the Fed, where some people like it, some people don't. Some people want rate hikes, some people don't. Some people want rate cuts, other people don't. Depending on whether you're fearing inflation or recessions, that's going to influence what you're fearing there and what you want to happen. And so it's a really nuanced thing that nobody knows. All right, so here's the potential break of that trend. We're testing the VWAP again. The Q's moving up, Tesla's moving up, and the SPY are both moving up. Palantir. Yeah, one of my free stocks on Moomoo was Palantir. All right, but yeah, starting to break the upside of that trend. All right, so apparently Netherlands has hit a recession, apparently, according to GDP growth. All right, so somebody's predicting, this guy Sawyer Merritt, who follows Tesla, is predicting that Cybertruck deliveries are going to start in October at an official delivery event at the Gigafactory in Texas. The first VINs will go to employees just like they did for the Model Y. Regular customers are potentially getting delivered Cybertrucks starting in November and December. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with that right now. Again, we are breaking that trend line on the Q on the NASDAQ here on the right side. You can see we did break that trend line here. So I do think this is a clean break. And if it is, then maybe there's an argument to buy. But again, I don't know for sure. Nobody does. But again, I think there could be a buy argument now. All right, so we broke the top of that trend line. We're pulling back to the volume weighted average price now after breaking above it. Again, typically a good sign. Trying to move back up on the Q or the NASDAQ here. So we're watching that pretty close. NASDAQ's heading back up a little bit. Again, it looks like we're moving back up after that trend line break on the NASDAQ. The SPY's starting to creep up with us as well here. Yeah, I knew that. I think, again, I've said it many times. I think the Cybertruck's going to break records when it goes live, and that might help Tesla. But again, who knows what they're going to do? Tesla's obviously down a decent amount now. Market kind of consolidating after that trend line break on the NASDAQ. We're still over the volume weighted average price, though, and I think that's a spot to watch. You know, so again, over the previous VWAP level right here, you can see the VWAP level on the NASDAQ. SPY still popping up. Look at the SPY rips. The SPY up to 228s now plus. 228s plus on the SPY. Fitch reminds me of my 31st girlfriend. Couldn't be trusted. Most untrustworthy girlfriends I ever had were usually when I was in my teens. But you really don't care when you're that young, as long as you have reasonable expectations. You know, you're not going to marry whoever you get with when you're 17, you know? So who cares? All right, so we got a little pop here. We bought the little NASDAQ dip. We are riding this bounce up on the NASDAQ. We're up about 50 bucks. I want to give it time to run a little bit more. There's $60, $70. All right, so we went ahead and cut that, made about 70 on the trade. We caught the trend break, which is really nice. Again, we mentioned this a bunch of times, and so focus on that 30-second girlfriend. Yeah. I had some fun girlfriends, man, back then. You know, again, when I was in my teens, I was partying a lot and doing dumb stuff, so I don't look back negatively on any of those times, really, despite who I was with or what I was doing. It was a fun time in life, you know. You have fun when you're young. When you get older, you settle. You settle down, I mean. Who said the market might go down? Raphael. Yeah, trash is already out. Yeah, fun times. Hey, later, Beach. Y'all go check out Beach Bum's channel. He's got a great channel. I think Beach Bum is working with Benzinga now, which is another great channel and a great resource. So again, y'all check out Beach Bum's channel. There's his channel right there in chat. Go to that man's channel. Great stuff. Great content. Good swing trading stuff for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've been married for 10 plus years. I've been with Carol for over 14 years, you know. All right, guys. Can't remember my 20s, too much partying. I remember I can't remember some of them, but not. So again, I graduated high school, and then after I graduated high school, I went to college for a little bit, and the craziest times in my life were probably when I was like 20. You know, when I was 20, I was, yeah, I'm gonna be specific, but I was kind of wilding out a little bit at 20. I settled down once I got older, and once I moved out of Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is a party city, man. It really is. It's about 45 minutes away from New Orleans, and so, you know, BR is, you know, once I moved out of Baton Rouge and I got away and I moved out of state, that's when I kind of started to settle down a little bit and, you know, act right. But prior to that, it was fun times, but don't miss them. I thought she left you, yeah. Yeah, well, that's the rumor, you know. Didn't Burry go all in on shorting? Well, yeah, but again, bears are like, yeah, Burry shorted yesterday, but the date of record is June 30th. And so we don't know when Burry shorted. If he shorted on June 30th, he's down. And so I guess we don't really know. It's also possible that Burry is putting out that type of it's also possible that if Burry took the position a couple months ago, that he's down on the position and he needs help in that position. And so how does he get help? He puts out the report that he shorted, and understanding that might weigh on markets, just other traders thinking he recently shorted, you know. So again, it's really speculative on what's going on there. Good thing you got out of that short. What short? No, that was long trade that I was up $70 in. It was a long trade. It wasn't a short position just now that I made $70 on. It was long. The trend broke. You know, we drew this trend right here. And again, then the trend broke. And so we bought the dip after we broke over the VWAP. All right, guys. So again, the NASDAQ broke the trend. The SPY broke the sideways action. And now we are basically moving up over the VWAP on the Q. Looks strong. It looks strong short term. Long term, we don't know what we're going to get, but short term, it looks pretty strong. Tesla bouncing back up some too. That's nice. That was a terrific. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm not really been a big option seller. I think there's a lot of risk that comes with that because, like, option selling, you'll make money most of the time. It's kind of like the martingale strategy where it's like you make money most of the time, but when you lose everything. Same thing with selling options. Like, you'll make most options expire worthless. That's cool and fine, and so you might want to sell options if you're trading, but you get that one put option that goes against you, you know, or that one long option, one call option. If you sell a call option betting that a stock's going to drop basically on your end, you're basically betting the stock's going to drop. If you sell a call option and then it starts to go up against you, it can go up against you an infinite amount if you're selling options. And so with that, the risk is unlimited. You have an infinite amount of risk there. And I think that gets a lot of traders in trouble, you know. I don't know. I'm green on Target. I don't know. Target had mixed results with lower revenue but higher than expected EPS. And for whatever reason, they ripped up big. Again, I'm still not sure why they ripped up, but we already took profit on the bounce. Our average price in Target is 129 or so, right around 129. 129.04 technically, and we're up about $6 a share, $5.5, $6 a share at now in the remaining position. Yeah, I mean, we're pulling back to that VWAP area now. Maybe we get some good stuff, but hey, bud, love you, man. Have a good day at school, buddy. Okay. You all right? You say hey. Hello. Everybody say hey to Jack. Yeah, man, so we're making money on the trade. Look, we bought that. We're up $900 on that one. You see?
Still in a couple other ones. You ready for school?
Mm-hmm.
Good, man. Yeah, so when you trade stocks, you buy stocks, you want to buy them low. If they go up after you buy them, you make money.
Okay.
You know, don't go over there by the cords, bud. Sorry, buddy. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you.
Love you.
All right, guys. Yeah, so we're just sitting tight. Again, we got this little pullback in the VWAP on the Q. Maybe there's an argument for buying that dip. Again, I don't know. I'm trying to just be patient and wait, but who knows what we're gonna get. I'm trying to be patient. Yeah, Disney is another one. Like, I'm watching Disney. I think I added a little bit to my Disney trade today, and I had already scaled out of most of it. But now that we dipped all the way back down, I think we can add to it and be okay. You know. Yeah, Jack's great at math. Jack recently got his standardized testing scores back, and he was in the 95th percentile in mathematics. 95th, or I mean, he might have been in the 90th percentile. It was either in the 90th or the 95th percentile in mathematics. And so he loves math. He did really, really well in math. And again, I've always like taught him how to program and code, and he's been learning how to code through Scratch. And so that's something I've been working with him for a long time. And with that, he started to kind of learn. And I don't know, he's just good. He's just good at math. Reading, he got like the 95th percentile, I think, as well. So yeah, he's really good at math. And so that's what we're going to try to cater to, is those math skills. Because I think that's the best skill you can have in life, is mathematics. Reading is good, and he's good at reading and all that stuff. But you know, mathematics is really where you want to be. An English degree is great. A math or computer science degree is better, in my opinion. Yeah, Disney kind of consolidating around the $86, $87 level. Still looks pretty cheap to me, but definitely top 3. Thank you, guys. Yeah, patience is important. S&P still moving up a little bit, so you can see the S&P moving up a little bit more relative to like the Q. All right, so the SPY up to 223 or 228.50s or so. The SPY up to 228.50s. TJ Maxx had a pretty good day. Again, Tesla's still dipping down, but rebounding back up some. So it's back up to 228.50. So that looks good. Tesla's just so freaking volatile, in all honesty. Selling options aren't near as straightforward as buying. Yeah, again, that's one of the reasons I just avoid selling options. I don't need to sell options. Again, like for me, I know there's a lot of different ways to make money in the market. But I think like if you have enough buying power, you don't need to learn these other types. You know, maybe I'm wrong. And again, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But in my understanding, at least, and the way I like to do it is like if I have enough shares that I could buy, like if I have enough buying power to buy shares, I don't really need to trade options. I don't really need to trade, that stuff. I still trade futures, of course, but like I don't really need to trade options or sell options or buy options because I can buy 100 shares of the SPY. So like options are good because they give you more bang for your buck buying power wise, but there's also more restrictions on the trade. Like you have a limited amount of time, you've got time decay, you've got all those different things. And I would rather just be able to sit if I want to sit and not have to worry about time decaying in my trade, if that, but again, maybe I'm wrong. Tesla's the untrustworthy girlfriend. Yeah, maybe. All right, so we do have, I forgot, man, we have building permits. Let me put this up. Building permits and housing starts, 8:30. All right, guys. So yeah, building permits. All right, guys. So yeah, building permit, housing start data. We also have the FOMC minutes today, guys. So be ready for that. Again, so we got 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes until building permits and housing starts data drops. Again, the Q is pulled all the way back down to the previous trend line here. And so I guess the argument is, does the Q bounce right here? Like, we're pulling back to that previous trend line now. So do we bounce here? You are right, John. Once one gets their strategy there. Okay, well, it takes time. Need your advice. Are we still pulling back and buying dips? I don't know what we're doing. Again, I really have no idea what we're doing today. No idea what we're going to do. No idea if the market's going to go up, down, or sideways. Market is down on the day, up a little bit short term over the last like 20 or 30 minutes. We did have some earnings drop today with like Target earnings and a couple other ones. We're mostly, again, we took more than half of the trade off, or at least around half of the trade off on Target. And the plan is just to hold the rest until the divvy date. Again, we got about 13 minutes before housing starts and building permit data drops. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're under the VWAP now in the Q, but we're still above that previous trend line. And I think the previous trend line is like relevant here. So if we look at this, for instance, right? So like if we look at this, I think we got to look at this previous trend line right here, you know, and maybe that's going to act as a support level. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that going to act as a support level? I really don't know, but I think it's arguable that it does. Also, guys, if you want to buy a Top Step account, I'm pretty sure you can now. And again, Top Step is a funded account program in futures. It's the cheapest way to day trade. If you want to day trade, the cheapest way to do it is the futures market, in my opinion, because there's no PDT rule. You can day trade and short in futures with no PDT restrictions. You can buy market, sell market, all that good stuff, just like stocks, but there's no PDT rule in futures. There's less red tape. And Top Step is the most legit futures funded program in the world. And in futures, you can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, currencies, gold, silver, a bunch of other things, the Dow. But again, there's no PDT rule. And so a lot like trading stocks, in my opinion. But Top Step is a sponsor of mine. And so what they do is they give you a demo and they test your skill. And just taking this challenge builds your skill as a trader, in my opinion. It's a challenge, right? So they give you a 50K demo. It's only $50 to take this challenge. They give you a 50K demo. If you can hit 3K in profit on that 50K demo without losing over 2,000, in that demo account, then they fund you between 50K up to 150K with a 90% split once funded. And you get to keep your first 10K in profit. And so what that does is, number one, just taking the challenge builds your skill. It gives you a very low barrier of entry. It's 49 bucks. But the rewards are very similar. So like if you get funded, you get a 90% split. So it's basically like putting money up yourself, but you get a 90% split. And if you lose, you're only down 50 bucks. So your risk is much more limited. In that regard, it makes perfect sense for new traders to do this to learn. Again, most traders are going to lose money, because most day traders lose. It's nothing against Top Step. Most day traders lose regardless of where they go. And it's much cheaper to try this out than put the money up yourself, in my opinion. But again, I am biased in their favor. They are a sponsor of mine, but they do pay out millions in actual withdrawals every year, and they fund thousands of traders a year. If you want to check them out, here is the link. Again, great way to help support the channel. I'm pretty sure they're opening up funding. They're opening up memberships to traders now. Tesla over the VWAP here, guys. Tesla over the VWAP. Yeah, that really is the key, Bow, is like once you're funded, you got to limit your size. You got to slow your size down, because if not, it can go against you quick. No, there's no maximum, or there's no minimum, or there's no maximum time. There's a minimum time of 2 days, Fred, before you can get funded, but there's no max, so you can sit on that account as long as you want. I mean, it's a monthly subscription, so it's gonna be 49 bucks a month, you know. But still, I mean, I don't think that's bad. I think that's reasonable. All right, guys. So again, the Q pulling back down. The question is, do we bounce here? And how much does building permit and housing starts data influence this? I don't know. Yeah, target bouncing all the way back up to 135s basically again here. Again, the Q, which is the NASDAQ. Again, the Q is the NASDAQ team. All right, so again, we're pulling back. Part of me wants to buy the dip in the NASDAQ, but I think I'm going to hang out and wait because I do think there could be an option, but I do think I got to hang out and wait. Again, we got 8 minutes, guys, 8 minutes until the market drops the building permit and housing starts data. I'm pretty sure you can OD. I'm not 100% sure, though. I would check the link, but I'm pretty sure you can. Again, Tesla now falling back to 228s. Does it bounce here, guys? Does Tesla bounce at 228s? Well, it's going to be a short-term trade, so it's not like a long-term trade. I might try a small position here, but I don't think it's necessarily looks good. So I guess I will wait. It's definitely weak looking right now, and with building permit and housing starts data. So yeah, there's a breakdown. I'm going to wait. Yeah, y'all might be right. I'm going to wait here. Did my headphones just die? Why did my headphones just go out? What the heck happened to my headphones? All right, so again, the S&P pulling back big, the Q pulling back pretty large here, guys. So S&P and Q pulling back pretty dramatically right now. All right, there we go. Can y'all hear the music, or do I need to There we go. All right, big pullback here. Again, building permit, housing starts data dropping pretty soon. Is Top Step legit or another scam? I mean, it's not a scam. I mean, they pay out millions in actual withdrawals every year. They fund thousands of traders a year. I mean, again, what happens a lot of the time is like traders take the combine and then they lose, right? And then instead of being like, hey, I lost, like, let me get better at trading, they blame Top Step or the platform if they keep losing or if they lack discipline or whatever it is, right? Where Top Step's just a challenge and it's very cheap as well. So it's just a challenge. It builds your skill and it gives traders a lower barrier of entry. But most people are going to fail because most traders lose. Most day traders lose money. 95% of day traders lose money. And so I think Top Step is a great thing for traders because it ultimately limits their risk. Where without stuff like this, you would have a lot of traders that put up 20K, 15, 25K, 30K themselves and lose that. And then they're going to be distraught. They lost their life savings. I think this is a much cheaper way to learn and you'll still probably lose. But that's the point, is that it's much cheaper to lose a Top Step account than it is to put the money up yourself. And like that's the way you have to look at it. If you look at it like you're guaranteed to make money, you're looking at it wrong. Most day traders lose money. And so it's no exception with Top Step. Most day traders lose. Doesn't matter where they trade. Doesn't matter if they're on TOS. Doesn't matter if they're on Top Step. Doesn't matter if they're on Robinhood. Most day traders lose. And so what Top Step allows traders to do is still have some pressure, test their skills. A lot of demo accounts like DOS paper trading costs like over $100 a month, or at least it used to. And so Top Step's cheaper than that, and that's just paper trading on DOS's platform, And so plus when you consider like Quant Tower gives you free like heat maps and footprint maps and stuff like that for signups to Top Step, there's a lot of perks of using the different platforms they have. And so again, $49 a month is very cheap. But again, I'm biased in their favor, of course, because they pay me money. And so they're a sponsor of mine. But I think objectively it's pretty cheap. And so again, you want to check it out. There's the link. But yeah, I'm going to sit back and just wait. Again, building permit housing starts data dropping. So again, you can kind of see we pulled back to the top of the trend line that we originally drew, which is one of the reasons we're sitting in this still. But again, we got 3.5 minutes. Quant Tower is the platform I'm on with Top Step. So this is Quant Tower right here. So when you see me trade, this is Quant Tower. This is Quant Tower right here. I'm not sure. I don't think Quant Tower works with Apple. I think it's just Windows. Right, exactly. Like there's nothing stopping traders from building up, like making 20 or 30K on Top Step, withdrawing that, and then opening their own account. Like there's nothing stopping traders. You can do it with 10K, I think a lot of people still stick to stay with it because like they can and they've already built up the money. Top Step's the only platform that from my understanding, that will let you, if you get eliminated, like if you hit your max loss on your funded account, they'll still pay you out to a certain extent. Again, with limitations. I would research that. I can't confirm that's 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure they're the only company that I'm pretty sure they do offer that. So again, you can check that out too. What is the best indicator? I would say the volume weighted average price is my favorite one. Volume weighted average price as a trend indicator is powerful. And again, you can kind of see, like, look at how much stocks react to this. Again, VWAP right here, VWAP right here, VWAP right here, VWAP right here. And so you can kind of see how much they react to the VWAP. VWAP's probably my favorite one, but it's subjective. Chicago, Fred. Yeah, we had the CEO of Top Step on my stream during the last FOMC meeting. His name is Michael Patak. Good dude, a poker player too. But yeah, he was a pit trader back in the day. And so he went from being a pit trader in Chicago to opening up Top Step and doing that stuff. So cool story. But yeah, he was on the CEO was on my FOMC stream, the last one we had. Can you show me how to put that on? Go to trend indicators on your platform. It should be there. Most good platforms are going to have the VWAP. All right, guys. So we broke under that trend line on the Q. Started to look weak here and bearish. Again, the Q is at 366.50. So again, we'll see what happens. It's consolidating back and forth there. All right, guys, less than a minute before this data comes out. Less than a minute before building permit and housing start data drops. All right, guys, let's get ready. 30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. Make sure you hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're fully caught up on stream. Again, make sure you hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're fully caught up on stream. Building permits are expected to show up, guys, at 1.463 million. 1.463 million for building permits. Housing starts are expected at 1.448 million, but building permits is the big release. Again, they're expected at 1.463 million. Housing starts expected at about 1.448 million. Here's the report right here, guys. Let's see what we get. And there's the release. Let's see if the market reacts at all to this. All right, so there's the numbers. Building permits came in lower than expected at 1.442 million versus 1.463 million expected. Again, lower than expected building permits. Housing starts came in higher than expected at 1.452 million versus 1.448 million expected. So building permits lower than expected. Housing starts higher than expected. And that's the release right now. So again, building permits and housing starts came in mixed. Building permits with lower than expected release at 1.44 million versus 1.46 million. Housing starts came in at 1.45 million versus 1.44 million expected. So again, that's the results. We'll put them up on screen for building permit and housing starts data. Again, building permits came in at 1.442 versus 1.46 million. And then housing starts, we'll put both of these up on screen so you can keep them out. And I told you, we cover these numbers fast. Guys, the reason we get a bunch of people tuning into our stream, and really one of the reasons we grow, is because we've covered these numbers very quickly and we know where to find them. And so there's the numbers right there on screen if you want to check it out. Again, market's actually reacting positively to this report. You can see the Q is up a little bit relative to this report. So is the SPY, or so is Tesla. And so the Q, Tesla, the SPY, all bouncing up somewhat relative to this report. And the report is relatively mixed, though. These numbers were pretty flat. But still, I mean, market's reacting positively. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. But again, you can see Tesla rip, Tesla back over the VWAP here. And yeah, we'll see if we hold. Again, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Hit the notification bell. We definitely appreciate the love and support. And again, check out Top Step if you haven't already. Another one of my sponsors, which is really, really dope and very useful for me lately, is called Chart Prime. Chart Prime, really nice, because what Chart Prime allows me to do is it gives me custom trading view signals and alerts. And on trading view, you can trade, you can look at stocks, crypto, forex, futures. And again, look at this. And so check this out. So what Chart Prime does is it gives you custom signals and alerts. And again, I can't fake what I'm showing you right here. So I can't fake what I'm showing you. I want you guys to look at how accurate this is. All right, so number one, you can see the rising wedge that they're showing you here. So they show you the rising wedge right here. And this is a 1 minute chart. They gave the strong sell signal here. And then look at the nice breakdown you get from it. Again, strong buy signal here. Look at the nice bounce. I love the market. This is the Market Oracle Pro. It's shorter term, right? So it gives you these sell signals, drops, buy signal here. Look at the nice bounces. I can't fake this. And so again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money with this either, but they give you great custom alerts and signals. They've recently added this where it shows you trend breaks. So it shows you when the trends break, and look at how accurate that trend break was right here. So again, this is the E-mini or the S&P 500. Look at the trend break and look at the breakdown. One of my favorite strategies, really using Chart Prime. And again, I can use this on stocks, crypto, forex, futures. I can also put up a 5 minute chart. And with a 5 minute chart, I'm going to prefer to use the regular Market Oracle instead of the Pro. But again, you can kind of see this wedge. You look at the trend break here. So again, look at the ascending wedge or triangle, and then look at the break of that and how accurate that is. But again, if we put this up, the Market Oracle also gives you reversal signals. The Dynamics Pro gives you different levels to this as well. So you can see wedges, patterns. Like, look at how accurate these reversal signals are. Look, reversal up, bounce, reversal up, bounce, reversal down, drop. Bearish engulfing candle, literally called the top. And so for $34 a month, it's just very cheap relative to what they give you. I can't guarantee you're going to make money, but again, incredibly useful. And yeah, you should check them out. Again, great way to help support the channel. They are called Chart Prime. There's the link if you want to check them out. But yeah, just really useful. Again, I like to use them in my combines, and I used them yesterday after the stream ended, and I had really good results. And so again, you want to check them out. 34 bucks a month is very cheap. You can check them out right here. But again, they are a sponsor of mine. I'm biased, of course. All right, so again, the Q popping up a little bit. Tesla now over the volume weighted average price. Over the volume weighted average price here, guys. Building permit, housing start data, both came in pretty mixed. We'll see what happens moving forward with these. But Tesla is over the VWAP now. So is the SPY. SPY is over. SPY's not over the VWAP. It's over the previous closing price. But again, the NASDAQ is starting to pop. Pretty choppy range, though, so y'all just be careful pushing too hard into all this. So Adam at checkout, it'll be 34 bucks. Again, I can show you guys this now, too. All right, so again, if I put up my email right here, right, make sure it doesn't show my card number or something. Okay, so yeah, it's $40 a month, 40 bucks a month, which is pretty cheap. But like, look, you can also use promo code BTRADES. But yeah, so again, it's $40 a month, not 35. But still very cheap relative, like under 50 bucks a month is pretty cheap. How are these good or bad? It depends. Helly. It depends on what the market wants. You know, sometimes they could be interpreted as good or bad depending on what the state of the market is, whether inflation is rampant or not, whether the market's fearing an inflation market or a recessionary market. I think the market right now is kind of fearing a recession with all the latest doom and gloom talk with Michael Burry's short positions coming out and the market pulling back a little bit. Banks are having some risks now with Fitch coming out saying that they might downgrade some like 12 major banks. And with that said, I think that's going to reignite recession fears. But it depends. We'll see what the Fed says during the next cycle, too. Yeah, next we have industrial production numbers coming out pretty soon. Again, industrial production numbers, just to put it in perspective, they drop in about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Expectations are 0.3% on the month for industrial production and minus 0.10% on the year. Industrial production measures the change in the total inflation value of output. So, again, and with that said, we'll see what the market's fearing right now. But industrial production numbers come out. They drop at 9:15. Yeah, FOMC minutes today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll impact the market. We don't know. Michael Burry may have bought puts at the top and already sold. He also could have bought them on June 30th, which would mean he's down big on the day. You know, the filing date was June 30th. And again, if that's when he bought it, you know, the market's up a lot relative to when those numbers dropped. Are you using Thinkorswim, Thomas? Are you using TOS? If you're using TOS, I can. If you're using any other platform, I can't. I have no idea how to put it up on another platform, brother. Same as you, bro. Okay, so yeah, if you're on me, you go to studies. add studies, trend studies, and you go down to the V, and you go to VWAP. So add study, trend studies, VWAP, and then when you add it, you're gonna have the upper and lower bands. You want to get rid of those unless you want the upper and lower bands, but this middle one is the right one. But to get rid of the upper and lower bands, you just side click it, edit, you go to upper band, you uncheck show plot, lower band, uncheck show plot, and then you click apply, and then you'll just get the VWAP right there. John, have you ever considered doing interviews? Yeah, I have. You know, again, the real issue with interviews for me is like I have been and am not, I wouldn't say I'm anti-course, but I'm anti-guru. And the videos that tend to perform well are videos that sensationalize the market and fluff, right? And what I mean by that is like the interviews that tend to do well are people interviewing a bunch of traders that are full of crap. You know, like they're saying they made $30 million this year. How this trader turned $5 into $700 million in the last 30 days. You know, watch the interview live. Like that's the interviews that I see. And so y'all know I'm not about to do that. If anything, I would probably interview them and then kind of rattle them a little bit and try to really interrogate them some. And so I think if I did one interview, I don't think anybody else would take an interview with me. But again, it depends. It depends on who it is. I'm okay with selling a course, right? But like if you're selling a course on publicly available content for thousands of dollars, I just don't believe in that, to be honest. You know, I don't think you need to. I think most of that content's publicly available out there. You don't need to spend thousands on a course. And so most of the time people selling courses are just fluffing or peacocking, if you will. How likely is it he bought puts on the day he announced it? I don't know. But I know a lot of people are acting like he just got in yesterday or the day before or whenever, right? But again, we don't really know when he got in or what happened. I'd interview Kramer in a heartbeat. Some people prefer to be spoon-fed, 100%. I think some people want to be like, they want a guru, they want a mentor, you know? And I think some people are just like, I'm not going to say the word is gullible, but I think some people, like, I think confirmation bias runs people's minds. And so sometimes, so like if you spend thousands of dollars on a course, you really want to confirm that that course was worth it. You want to validate yourself and confirm that that course is worth it. Very rarely is it actually worth it. But again, if you spend $5K on a course, you're going to tell everybody, oh, this is the greatest course I've ever had. The greatest course. I learned so much from this course. You might have learned absolutely nothing new. And it might just be basic information, but it's like, because you're so emotionally attached to that money that you spent and you want to validate spending that money, you know, all you ever hear is these courses are just the greatest. This mentor is the greatest. You got people defending these guys in the chat room like they're their brother, you know, when really it's like they've just spent so much money on their stuff. It's such a hard truth for them to accept that it might not have been worth it. And a lot of the time, instead of accepting that, they just shill for that person. And I understand, you know, but like, I don't know. I just know like traders lose money already. Like putting out some really sensationalized marketing and getting traders to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on courses that mostly are filled with publicly available content. I just can't do that. And you know, I don't want to push that. And again, there's some great courses out there. Like if you got a course for $500, cool, great. It's not bad. I mean, listen, $500 is $500. That's great. I'm not mad at that. I'm not against courses. You can sell a course and I'm okay with it. I'm not mad at all courses. I understand that some people are going to sell courses and that's okay. But there's certain limits to it. And there's certain marketing that I lose respect for, you know. Yeah, like if your mentor is a 14-year-old with braces talking about he's a stock market expert, you might want to stop, take a step back, and think about how gullible you're being. You know. And again, I see so many guys that are just like, they just show off fancy cars, they show off like diamond necklaces and like all this different stuff, and like, they're not making money, man. And again, I'm not even claiming to make money myself. I'm not claiming to be good. I'm not claiming to be an expert. Like, that's one of the reasons I'm like, hey, I'd rather just not be a guru or an expert. I'd rather just kind of tell people, hey, we're just a resource, and I don't claim to be profitable or anything. Courses still require self-learning. It's hours and hours of videos. Yeah, maybe. Again, Tesla still back over 229s. We'll see if it actually holds. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, man, people can sell courses. I'm not really against it. I think there's a level to it where it's like you can't mislead people, Tesla needs to drop more, maybe. Maybe it's at 229s. The PE ratio Tesla, I think right now is like 60, or like maybe it's 70. But yeah, I mean, listen, guys, I'm not like, people can do whatever they want. I'm not trying to be a day trading guru. Like, we're mostly an economic channel. Like, most of my views and data and like big streams are economic releases. You know what I mean? So like, my better trades are probably swing trades over day trades, and I've always been very open about that. So it's like people saying, haha, you're not a day trading guru. It's like, yep, y'all are right. I'm not one, Again, I like swing trading and investing more. But I do day trade, of course. But like, yeah, I think you got day trading gurus and they're fine and like whatever. But my current trade's kind of backing on a short squeeze here. Yeah, I mean, swing trading's going okay. Like I said, we're up like in Target today, guys, just to put it into perspective. Even with Target being as down as much as it is, we're up about $850 on the day, if you guys see that. So we're up about $850, $900 on Target today. Starting to push up more on us. We're holding about 50 shares left. It's at 134s now, so you love to see it. Their earnings call's going on right now. Hey, thank you, Boris, my guy. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Again, we're already up to 134.50s here for Target. Looks great. Honestly, mostly moving up from earnings, I think, right now. Or the earnings call is going on right now. Hey, thank you so much, Boris. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, like these bots going around saying I'm jealous of like one specific trader. Like, I've never even mentioned him or anything like that. Like, I don't even know what they're doing. It doesn't matter, So it's just kind of out of left field. It's strange, but hey, I mean, y'all spend y'all's time how you want to spend it. I'm using a bunch of different platforms, Elijah. Hey, look at Target though, guys. Yeah, again, on me, my trade today, guys, we're up about 900 so far on the day. We've already scaled out of about half the position. Target all the way back up to the VWAP here, already up to 134.50s. What a crazy move. Bitcoin pumping? Is it really? Yeah, I mean, the weakness in banks might make Bitcoin start to push. Over 29K though. I mean, Bitcoin was looking pretty weak prior to this pump though. So Bitcoin was already down under 29K. Crypto looks really bad. Yeah, Bitcoin down to 29K. Again, I think Bitcoin is a long game. Like, you got to wait. You got to just patiently wait. Yeah, I don't know, man. Somebody's spending their time doing some weird stuff, you know. Here, let me just fix this. I could probably fix this really quick right now. Again, who I'm guessing this is somebody that starts with the letter B. Who... yeah, it's just a long story. But let me fix this. I could probably get rid of it. Let me see. But it's just kind of like, why spend so much time? Like, who cares that much, man? You gotta find something else to do. Better. Hey, what's up, guys? Topless today. Never underestimate the free time of others and what they do. Yeah, I mean, what you learn on YouTube is like being out here publicly is going to make a lot of people insecure. And you know, if that's what they're spending their days doing, you got to wonder what state of life they're at right now. Like, you know what I mean? I know this. It's probably somebody whose name starts with either T or B. I won't be too specific, but yeah. We're starting to move up on target. We'll see if it actually holds. Oh no, I kind of wear this shirt to bed a lot. So like people like, you'll see me wake up with this shirt because I'll wash it and wear it to sleep. It's comfortable to sleep in, where I'm not super cold when I wake up, but I'm also not like hot either, you know. I wouldn't even want to think. It's a sad, sad place. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a Nike shirt, you know. It's just warm, you know. I can like put my when I usually wake up, I'm freezing cold in here. So Carol likes it freaking super cold when she wakes up. And so when I wake up, I'm usually cold. And so I got that fire on in the background, the heater. Is the crash canceled? No, not really. I mean, the crash still could happen, but it's unlikely, I think. It depends on like, okay, so basically Fitch came out saying they could downgrade the market. If they come out and say they do downgrade those banks, then it's going to be then it's looking rough. Yeah, so again, there goes Tesla dipping down. So Tesla all the way back down to 228. The market pulled back a little bit when they downgraded the U.S. That's kind of when the start of this red action happened, was when they downgraded the U.S. Do we still have our poll up live? Let me see. 53% of votes said yes, the market bounces. 47% says no, the market does not bounce. Yeah, Tesla's still looking pretty weak. Target's up there, though. That looks good. I don't know what I want to do with it, though. I think I'm just going to let it sit. The dividend date is in about a month for Target, so I think I'm just going to stay in it. Well, I already got funded on one account, SNR. You know, with 2 contracts max, my daily goal there is probably making like $50 to $100 to build up a cushion first. And then once I have a cushion, I can scale up my size a little bit, I think. But it depends. Too many bears left for a real dump. Once bears turn to bulls, then real dump can happen. August week. Yeah, well, typically August is not usually weak. August actually has a on average gain in that month. So like August actually has typically green action relative to other months. So August usually is a good month for the market. On average, I think, let me look at what the actual, I pulled this graph up the other day. See if I can find it. But yeah, August actually has an average gain on the month, I think. Let me look this up. We'll look at the S&P 500. All right, so yeah, so August gives you on average. Oh wait, let me zoom out. Let me find a different one. Okay, yeah, so here it is. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm seeing a couple different numbers. All right, so look at the Q breaking down here, guys. So the Q falling down here. So definitely continuing that bearish trend. Yeah, so here's the S&P 500 average index returns monthly. Just to put this into perspective. And so again, this is from 1950 to 2022. And so again, August typically gives you a slight gain in the month. June is mixed. Everything on average gives you good gains, except for September, which is next month. So September is typically the worst month in history of markets. September is the only month where on average you have losses historically. So that's the thing to understand, is that next month specifically is the month in which you usually get like a lot of issues, a lot of problems. So yeah, September is usually a month that drops. Yeah, industrial production and capacity utilization is coming in 20 minutes. Well, industrial production is just what the name suggests, to be honest. It's the total change in inflation-adjusted output produced from manufacturers, mines, utilities, so forth, right? So it's just production numbers from industries. So higher means economic growth, lower means economic weakness, which can be good or bad. You know, if the market's fearing a recession, they might want economic growth, and a higher reading here might be good. If the market is fearing inflation, then a lower number could be seen as positive, or it could be somewhere in the middle, which it generally is. Again, the Q all the way reversed back down here, testing lows on the day. Again, so the Q breaking down now, all the way down at 365.50s on the Q. John, how far do you think Disney will drop to? I'm not sure. I bought a little bit more this morning, but again, I really don't know. It's a small trade still for me. All right, so again, there's Tesla on the left side. We can also look at the S&P 500 here and see like the S&P 500 cracked under lows as well. Starting to break down at 442s here, guys, 442s. All right, so there's the 9 a.m. number here. We're going to get ready to try to trade futures here. We're pretty flat in futures right now. We haven't done a lot of craziness today so far, and we'll see if we can get some good trades in. We've been watching the NASDAQ here, which is the Q. Again, so we are bouncing up a little bit. The FOMC minutes report is dropping today, guys. And if you don't know what the FOMC minutes report, it's a PDF file that goes live at 2 p.m. on the dot that details why the Fed chose to make the decision that they did during the last cycle. Again, it's usually a little bit of foresight into what we might potentially get, in the upcoming weeks. September Fed meeting, maybe it'll give us some insight. Market consolidating a little bit now. NASDAQ bouncing up a little bit. Q bouncing up a little bit. SPY bouncing up a little bit. We'll see if it holds. See if we retrace back down. Looking at the NASDAQ. Nice, Sam. All right, so we are shorting the S&P right now in this trend. We've already made it about $300 or $400 here on this trade. We're going to go ahead and cover that last little piece there. So we have the S&P 500. So we are now green on the day, effectively now. So that's nice. Got a little cushion here. Again, we do have industrial production numbers dropping in. In 12 minutes for industrial production numbers, 12 minutes. At 9:15 market time is when they come out. I'm tempted to short into this on the NASDAQ too. Let's take one contract here short. See if we retrace back down real quick. All right, we're green a little bit. Now we're up about 15. Goal is to build a cushion first, guys. If we can build a cushion, that's great. That's what we want. We want a cushion built first. And then after we have a cushion built, then we can take larger risks in this account. We already have a gain, so it's not really the end of the world if we lose here. But again, after the opening bell, which is in about 25 minutes, again, the goal is going to be, of course, to build a cushion. And then once we have that cushion, we can take larger risks with it. All right, so there we go. We're green. Flat now. Watching some for some retracement back down. And if not, we can get out. Again, not too worried about this trade. And we could be a little bit less stressed about this one since we're already nicely green on the day and we're up a little bit in this trade currently. So If it turns in us, we're still going to be up a little bit, most likely, or at least flat. Hopefully it continues breaking down, though, and we get some drops. But, you know, if not, it's not the end of the world. You know, the SPY is down, and the NASDAQ is down a lot as well with us. So there we go. Quick little flush, rejection. Getting big chop action or heavy chop action here. Not really getting any momentum, I would say. Yeah, I don't like this movement at all. I'm going to cut it. Still green a little bit, but not much. Watching the SPY and the Q. We are up to this trend line here, though, which I should have paid attention to. Again, industrial production numbers expected at 0.3%, guys, 0.3%. We also have crude oil inventories coming out later. Yeah, I mean, we've already scaled out of target mostly. I mean, we're still up 800 plus on the day, and we've already taken most of it off. And so regardless of what it does here, you know, it doesn't matter too much either way, to be honest. I don't know. It varies, Ron. Everybody's different in terms of what they're trading. Depends on the type of trading you're looking at, depending on what type of trading you're doing. Oh, man. It's going to be a busy day of streaming here, guys. A busy day of streaming. Where do you personally see Target going for the rest of the week? Honestly, I have no idea. No idea. I'm up a lot. We already took profit. I'm sure we might get a little bit of a dip or pullback. The dividend date is coming into next month, and so we might see some action there. I don't know what we're going to get from the divvy. But we might see some bear action leading up to it. I really don't know. But again, our average price in Target, just to put it in perspective, is 129, and so we got a lot of room. You know, I might take another 10 shares off of this one actually on Target just in case. I'm not super worried about the divvy, and I think I just got to limit my risk a little bit. There we go. All right, so again, Tesla started to test the VWAP level. I probably could have stayed in that short, but it's all good. We got 5 minutes left until industrial production numbers. Tesla is 65% of the market. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tiny? All right, guys, 11 minutes, or no, I'm sorry, 5 minutes before these numbers come out. Or target bouncing back up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to sell anymore. I think I'm just going to stay in it. But again, we do have 5 minutes left until industrial production numbers drop. We'll see if they influence the market at all as well. But the NASDAQ has been kind of downward trend, of course. If you look at this other trend, and maybe this is another trend. Like if I take this and I mess with this right here and I look at it like this, I think it's possible that this is another little mini trend that's formed. Let me draw another one just to show you guys what I mean. So it's very possible that we're in another trend. And again, the big thing to understand is like follow trends, guys. Don't worry about reversals too much. But look, that's a trend that I see that I think is very obvious right now, is that specific trend that you can see on the chart. Yeah, stop spamming, please. I don't give up my sources either in terms of like what. Yeah. Hey, $50 is good, dude. All right, so we got this little NASDAQ trend. Again, I'm sitting tight. We're waiting. And what do you guys think here, guys? Does the market, here's the NASDAQ trend. I think the trend looks pretty obvious. It's a smaller trend than the previous one, and so it's a tighter range trend, but so generally that means it's shorter term. But yeah, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Right, for sure, Peter, 100%, man. All right, so NASDAQ started to pop up a little bit. Yeah, don't copy me, Thomas. I have no idea what I'm doing. I might be wildly wrong. Again, I'm not one of those traders that want to be a guru that's trying to act like I'm just the greatest of all time. Definitely a top 3 greatest of all time ever traders in the world right now, but still, that's a different story. And with that said, again, I'm not one that wants people to copy me. I don't claim to be a good trader. I don't claim to be an expert. I don't want that. Again, when you claim to be some super great trader, what generally happens is people talk about how great of a trader they are, how great of a trader. What generally happens is they end up kind of cherry picking their winners and only showing those and then not showing their losers. And again, I certainly take trades off stream. And so again, y'all certainly can't see all my trades either. And so I'm not claiming you can. But my point in this is that like, if you're telling everybody how great you are and then you have a couple losing days, people are going to get mad because you're telling everybody how great you are. And so I'd rather just not claim to be great, not claim to be an expert, not even claim to be profitable. I don't want any of that pressure. Pressure generally kills trading profits and causes people to make bad trading decisions. And so in that regard, I just want to stay pressure free. And the best way to do that is just to tell people, hey, look, I'm not an expert. So yeah, the overarching point I'm making is don't copy me. You seem nice, lad. Love that. Hey, thanks, man. All right, industrial production numbers just dropped. So the numbers just showed up at, let me see what they showed up at. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Looking. Industrial production. All right, so it doesn't look like they've released the numbers yet. Again, industrial production numbers finally out. So industrial production numbers came in at 1% versus 0.3%. So much higher than expected industrial production. Again, 1% versus 0.3%. Utilization rate came in higher than expected by 0.2%. But again, industrial production numbers came in at 1% versus 0.3%. So higher than expected industrial production numbers. The capacity utilization came in higher than expected as well. But again, here's these numbers right here. Again, industrial production numbers higher than expected. 1% versus 0.3%. There's the numbers right there. Expert or not, the info you give is amazing. Love the live. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I think a lot of the trolls, like we had this one troll that was just kind of obsessed. It was kind of stalkerish almost. He did woodwork and he had Asperger's. And I think he acted a lot like the trolls that show up too. And so it's very possible that it's him and he's just kind of having this weird stalker / obsession episode is what it seems like to me. But I don't know. Again, there's a couple different people it could be. Either way, what you realize, if you want to learn about being out here in the public on YouTube, it seems to make people insecure and people get weird, you know. Never underestimate the weirdness of people. But most people are actually generally supportive, and I appreciate the love, guys, for sure. 22% is good. No, anytime you can make 20, 30% is good. The market has it. If you made 22% this year, you're outperforming the market. All right, so if you made 22% this year, I think the market's up, what, like 14%? Maybe less than that now. Market might be up 10 or 12% this year. But you're doing pretty good. Again, the market hasn't really reacted to these numbers either, though. We do have the FOMC minutes report. Yeah, definitely top 3, dramatic. You got it wrong, bro. It's definitely top 3. SPY's up 16%. Yeah, so if you're doing 22%, that's great. That's great numbers. Again, target all the way back up to 134s. Let's see if it holds. Yeah, copying other traders is not going to work that well. Again, you always got to build the skill for yourself is really what it is. You got to build the skill yourself. That's the way where you're going to have longevity. You know what I mean? So you're only going to have longevity if you learn how to do it yourself. All right, so yeah, Meta went up the most during the past quarter. Nvidia is still interesting right here. So where's Nvidia doing right now? So again, target all the way up to 135. Just tapped it, or at least the VWAP there. Nvidia is green on the day also today, guys. So Nvidia is still up. Yeah, so Nvidia at 443s right now. Bounced a lot, man. They were, to put it in perspective, guys, Nvidia was at $400 5 days ago. Nvidia's at 450s now, 440s. Tapped 450 plus though, so just crazy gains here for Nvidia, to be honest. We got 11 minutes, guys. 11 minutes left until the market opens. So yeah, really interesting market today. Really weak yesterday. Had some stuff bounce back today and other stuff stay down. SPY down, NASDAQ down, Q is down. What do you think about this trend? Is this trend still here? I guess it could be, but it definitely looks like it's breaking a little bit. Nvidia earnings are on the 23rd. I'm sorry, they're on the 23rd. And then we got, hey guys, so can somebody confirm with me that we have Jackson Hole this year? So like I see them posting about it on the Kansas City Fed website, but I don't see any other like info on Jackson Hole. I don't see the schedule. I don't see when they're going to do their Jerome Powell speech, which they typically do every year, but I don't see any other data on it. We're going to stream it and it's going to be next week as well, but I don't see any other data on it. Steve Birds asks, would 50K change your life? No, not particularly. I mean, it would make my life better, you know. So to a certain extent, sure, but like wildly change, no. It'd be nice. Listen, somebody wants to throw me 50K. Hey, I'll take it. All right, so again, what's AMC, guys? What's the newest conspiracy theory regarding AMC is my question. 8 minutes, guys, 8 minutes. What's the newest theory? I would share my playlist with you guys, but most of the time other streamers steal it. You know, and so a lot of the times the people that are requesting my playlist are other streamers who are in alt accounts or different names, and they kind of just want my playlist, you know. So I used to share it. I'm not going to anymore. Michael Burry, famous for the big short bet, 1.6 billion against the U.S. market. Yeah, Verk, but that was the date of record is June 30th, man. So again, the question is, when did he actually enter the positions? Because if the date of record is June 30th, to put it into perspective, if he entered it on that day, he's going to be down a lot. And so it all is relative to when he entered, and we don't know, you know, until we see some actual hard proof of those dates. All we can do is speculate. All right, so we're up at the top of this trend range. Again, getting a little pop here, but we're still watching this little sideways trend. It's not the best trend right now, though. It looks like it could break. We'll see if it does, but Q bounced it up. You can see the NASDAQ popping up right here. It's right over this previous trend line that we drew before. It'll be up on the NASDAQ on June 30th. No? Let me see. So June 30th would be right here. He's pretty much flat on the NASDAQ one. If he entered on June 30th, he's flat. So June 30th was here. Actually, no, he's still down. So he's basically break even on NASDAQ. On the SPY, on the E-mini one, he's down though. if he entered June 30th, which again is a big if. We don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, it could be hedging. I'm not sure. AMC still consolidating. Tesla chopping back and forth here. Again, NASDAQ still confirming that downward trend. All right, so we could still be in this broader trend that you can kind of see right here. I mean, it's very possible that we're still in that little trend that you can see there. If he entered June 30th and exit July 6th, then he made a bunch of money. They were put options. They were shorts. So June 30th, July 6th. No, if he entered then and got out then, he's probably either flat or down, but I don't know. Again, we can only speculate. We don't know. All right. Again, we're consolidating on the NASDAQ. 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. It was not June 30th he entered. How do you know, Casey? I mean, I know you keep saying it wasn't that date and that you know, but where'd you find that out? You got to give your sources, man. Because if not, it just seems like bears trying to, be bearish. And I get it. Again, I'm not against that, but what's the source? Again, I don't know. You might be right. Again, I really don't know. All right, so getting very choppy action. We got 2 minutes, guys. Nvidia pump it up. Yeah, Nvidia's been having a crazy run over the last few days. Nvidia up to 445s right now. Getting ready to break highs for Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia. It's on the top right here. Look at Nvidia. Look at this pump right now. This has got to be catalyst driven. Let's see if we got a catalyst on Nvidia right now because that's a huge move. All right, so price target upgrades. Piper Sandler adjusted Nvidia's price target to $500 from $450 very recently. That's this news. Piper Sandler bumping up their price target for Nvidia. Yeah, Piper Sandler adjusting the price target for them. Let's see if this drags the Q or the NASDAQ up with it. Certainly possible it does. $500 from $450 is what they said. All right, 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds until the market opens. We'll see what we get today. Yeah, Intel's probably following it up. Or no, Intel's looks like it's going down almost. But I don't know the correlation there with both of those. All right, guys, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. All right, here's the open, guys. All right, so there's the opening bell. Here's the NASDAQ. Again, Nvidia at 445 is pumping up there. The Q and NASDAQ are both looking kind of weak, but we are about to run into this trend. Let's see if we hold that trend now. Tesla bouncing back up to 229s right now, 229s. Target over 135s. All right, so NASDAQ popped. Nvidia looking strong on that upgrade. All right, got a little dip in the Q. Nvidia starting to fall a little bit. Tesla still moving up some. There goes Nvidia's decline after the opening bell. You can see it on the top right here. Again, Tesla up to 230s just now. 230s tapped for Tesla. NASDAQ starting to come back down a little bit here. Q starting to turn. Looks weak. Looks like a green to red move, which is a strong move typically. Again, I'm going to let things settle first. All right, what do you guys think is going to go on? This is a red to green move. It's typically a pretty weak sign. But there's a retracement in Nvidia, and you can see the immediate retracement in the NASDAQ. And so, again, look at this, and then look at this right here. Again, so you can kind of see the different correlations, how they're moving very similar, because Nvidia is a heavily weighted stock in the NASDAQ as well. So, again, Tesla up to over 230, starting to bounce. Q still in that trend range. Look at the range on this trend that we have on the Q. So look at how accurately it followed this range here. So look at the top of the trend line that we drew, and then look at exactly where it rejected. So again, we'll see what the NASDAQ does here. I'm going to stretch this trend line out now, though, since I see that here. Let's make it larger. I think this is probably the trend, actually. Let me see if I can draw this. Yeah, I think this is a reasonable trend. Look at that. Let's see if it holds. Nvidia bumping back up, and again, you can kind of see the correlation. Here's the Q, and here's Nvidia moving back up. Very similar charts. This is why I say day trading futures is a lot like day trading stocks, is because you can kind of see the correlation here in day trade in futures, but there's no PDT rule like there are in stocks, and so useful in that regard there. And again, if you haven't already, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell. We certainly appreciate the love and support. Thank you so much, guys, for the love and support. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Good thing we scaled out of most of Target, because Target's dipping all the way back to the 131 level. And again, if you want to try out Top Step, check out the link in the description. You can also check out the link right here. It's a funded program challenge for futures. They give you a demo. They test your skill. They're testing your strategies and your skills. If you can hit their profit target while following their rules, they fund you between 50 to 150K with a 90% split. Great way to learn how to trade with limited risk. You can only, if you lose the base combine, you're down $49. But if you pass it, you get a 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K in profit. And it's difficult to pass. Most day traders lose money. And so most traders are going to lose this, because most traders lose regardless of what they trade. But it's a lot cheaper to lose on Top Step, and the reward is very similar if you can pass it. And so check out the link right there. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm definitely biased, of course, in their favor, because they pay me money, but a great way to help support the channel, guys. Check it out. PayPal hasn't really popped. It's pretty flat on the day. Trying to move up a little bit, maybe. I guess I want to short this, and I guess I will. We're going to short this quickly. One contract here. Again, we're green on the day. Ideally, if we can build up a cushion of a couple $100, we're going to be happy with that. All right, so we just made about $70 right there. We're just going to scalp that. Again, we're building up the cushion. on the day right now. We're up about 100 on this account so far. Nvidia just turned quickly, so that might influence us on the bear side. All right, so again, you can kind of see that trend range. PayPal is starting to bounce up, so that's nice to see. Again, I think I'm going to short this too. There we go. All right, so we just locked in some more profit and cushion on the day. We are up about $120, $130. Yeah, Target dumping. We already cut most of Target, though. We only have 40 shares left of Target. And again, our plan is to hold that one until the dividend date. And so I'm trying not to get too wrapped up in like Target's fallback. If we're still up $750 on Target on the day alone, and even at where it's at now, you know, we've already scaled out of most of it. And so we're okay, regardless of what it does. All right, another short. We're in another short. All right, we just locked in some more profit. We are now up $165 on this account. Here's the P&L so far today. We got a 2.67 to 1 win-loss ratio. And it looks like we got out right in time before this big bounce. Watching the E-mini too. E-mini's been on a tear back, much stronger than the S&P 500, and everything else seems to be coming back up too. Tesla, Exxon, Disney, AMC, all bouncing back today. We got a nice little cushion. So here's the top of that trend line here. And again, we'll see how accurate that trend is. All right, so I'm still pretty bullish right now. I can see like PayPal and a couple other things bounce. We did help our average with AMC, which is nice. There's PayPal ripping over highs. Again, I guess I'm bullish here. We got one contract. We did pretty well. All right, we just got another $45 here. We're up about 200 plus on the day. So we got a beautiful little cushion here on the day. We're up. We got about a 3-to-1 win-loss ratio. And again, to show you kind of what I do here, like how I'm scalping these, one of my favorite strategies is a cup and handle. And like when we get this pattern here, I usually love buying it right there and look for a pop-up like this for the cup and handle breakout. It's one of my favorite setups. Market rebounding. Looking strong. Q up. Nvidia up. SPY up. PayPal up. And so again, just to see what we're up on the day. And I might be down in some of these overall, just to put it in perspective. But again, we are up about $833 on our swing investing portfolio. All right, so again, our goal is to get funded on the day, guys. We're gonna have to start taking some risks. Let's see what the E-mini is doing. Where's the E-mini dip? Maybe that's a little bit better than the NASDAQ. All right, consolidation on the down end. Market's been red for a couple days now. All right, we just scalped a little bit more. We're scalping a little bit more on the NASDAQ too. So we are up about 230 or so. Nothing major there on that trade. All right, we just made another couple hundred there on the NASDAQ. We might start buying the E-mini here. We are up about 4 on the day. Let me see what we're up on this account total right now. So this is our second funded account we're trying to get. Okay, we need about, we need a little bit. I'm going to buy this dip, 1 contract here. I don't really like the fill though. But we'll give it some time and maybe add to it if we pull back. Nice. Made about 100 just now. And a little bit more on the regular. All right, so we got $670 or so on the day is what we're up. Now this bull run is not going to last forever, of course. So we do have to be calculated here. We only need about $600 to get funded in this account. So we're going to wait for a better edge and see if we can find it on something. Target started to bounce back a little bit too. All right, so we bought this dip, little pullback to the previous highs. 1 contract of the regular E-mini. We're going to add 1 more to it. If we break that bottom of the range, though, we got to just sell it. Starting to retrace up a little bit. Trying to retrace up a little bit. Hey, baby, how you doing? All right. Good. All right. We just made another 75. We'll cut that. All right, so this is our day right now. Everybody say hey to Carol. Carol's.
Hello.
Or hold on, y'all can't even see her. There you go.
Morning.
I'm not shorting right now, D. I'm longing. I'm not shorting anything. Yeah, I mean, again, here's my profit graph today so far. We are up about 800 or so. Target started to bounce back. In stocks, we are up about 750 or so on the day. Nice little upward move. And again, to get funded, we got to get another, let me see where we're at. Again, we're close. Yeah, we need $450 or so to get funded, which we can hit. I don't want to be greedy, though. We'll take 1 contract here. I like it. We already got a cushion on this one. Here, tell Rosie to stop jumping.
They're both there.
Yeah.
I'm about to go out with them.
Yeah.
Garage.
All right, so we're green on this trade, up about $50. We're going to go ahead and lock that in and just take that profit here. So yeah, we need about $400 left to get funded.
Hey, Tiny. Morning, everyone. I know I'm trying to pawn.
Keep me in check. Yeah.
Doesn't always work, but
Yeah.
you know.
Target all the way back up to 133s.
All right, Rosie's winning.
All right, baby.
All right, y'all.
All right, guys.
All right, baby.
All right, baby.
I'll be
Love
in
you.
the garage.
All right. All right, so we got a little dip. Nvidia break it down, so I'm going to stop going long for a second and just wait now. No, not right now. Sorry. I love my dogs. I don't really want to say hey to them right now. I'm too much in the zone to try to trade. All right, so there's another dip to the S&P. Let's watch. So the Q actually just had a really nice hold just now. And then a really big run up on the Q. Look at that. Wow. Apple's green on the day. I mean, everything's pulling back over the last couple weeks, but I don't think that means Apple's weak. Apple's PE ratio is not super bad. Again, the E-mini still holding up there. Man, market's flying. Q's breaking highs, testing highs. S&P just broke highs. Apple up. Pretty green and everything else too. But all the way to the top of that range here, guys. Look at the Q rip, E-mini rip, Nvidia rip. All right, so there's the E-mini breaking highs right now, guys. So the E-mini pumping up. Apple just broke highs of the day. S&P 500 just broke highs of the day. Q just broke highs of the day. Everything's starting to run. That's what I mean. Everybody acting like these pullbacks are the end of the world, man. And it's just kind of like, look, you got to understand the true flow state of the market, which is like the market's generally going to go up long term. And you know, it's going to have a couple red weeks. It's going to have a couple green weeks. It's going to have long-term green, you know, it varies. It fluctuates. And so one of the things rookie traders do a lot is they set a lot of weight on short-term movement. And short-term movement usually is pretty insignificant in terms of the market. Like if you zoom out enough, the SPY's going up. You zoom out enough, the Q's going up. And so short-term, who knows what we're going to get. Sometimes we're going to get good weeks, bad weeks. In the end, you just don't want to sensationalize the movement too much. Yeah, we're up a little bit too much for me here, though, to be honest. We got a nice little cushion on the day. And so one or two good trades and we'll be finished. And again, FOMC minutes report this evening might influence stuff too. So again, we'll see. Too much green action right now, though, in all honesty. Like, this is too green. Like, maybe we'll buy a dip, but this is a little bit too much for me here, honestly. PayPal's up too on the day. That's cool. No, it doesn't mean anything yet. Even this price action, like 20 minutes after the open, doesn't mean much. We still got a long day ahead. Our market looks like it wants to head back up here. All right, so we just scalped a lot more. Very close to getting funded on this one. We're up about 1,100 on the day. We only needed about 1,400. We need 250 left. So we'll see if we get anything good enough for that, where it gives us that. Big breakdown. Yeah, NASDAQ starting to turn, but again, we're going to let time heal a little bit. Q pulling back some. We're going to wait. NASDAQ starting to turn again. We do have the FOMC minutes report this evening, guys. So remember, we do have that this morning. Got a little pullback here. We'll see if the trend holds. Target up to 133s, which is nice. If we do push, I'm going to try to do that push off stream and then maybe come back after FOMC minutes when we get a little bit better price action. PayPal did turn back down a little bit here too. So 2 p.m. is when the FOMC minutes report comes out. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when it drops. So 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the FOMC minutes report. The FOMC minutes report is a PDF file that goes live right at 2 p.m. on the dot every 6 weeks. It drops weeks after the FOMC meeting, and it gives in detail why the Fed chose to make the Fed decision that they did during the last conference. So like that's what the FOMC minutes report is. It's just an HTML or PDF file. It's not an actual meeting. It's just a recap of the previous meeting, if that makes sense, right? Like that's what it is. It drops at 2 p.m. today. We will be back live bright and early, guys, so be ready for that. And yeah, guys, again, if you want to check out Top Step, it's a sponsor of mine, a funded account program in futures. Great way to help support the channel. Again, pretty good day so far. We'll see if we can get funded. And again, if you want to check them out, great way to test your skill. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm biased, of course, in their favor, but really useful for learning how to trade. Free funding coaches. There's just a lot of great resources that they offer here. It is $49 right now. They did unlock trading on their platform too. Signed up. They did unlock signups here as well, guys. So check them out. Again, there's the link. Love you all. Y'all be safe. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Carol wanted to go somewhere with me, so I'll see you guys later.